Big Dumb Movie is a comedic podcast that often contains obscene language and outlandish commentary. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Big Dumb Movie, where we discuss movies of the big dumb variety. I'm your host, Korey, and I'm joined today with Ronnie from the Wasted Potential podcast.
Roar.
Stevie from the Spoilers podcast.
Hello.
And from the jungles of India, King Pappy of Monkey City.
Tut, 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 tut.
Very good. Thank you guys for being here. We're here today to discuss the 1994 Jungle Book movie, a movie with many titles, as it turns out. This movie is called Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book, but also Rudyard Kipling's Jungle Book in the opening of this movie. And if you search for it online, in some cases, like on IMDb, it's just called The Jungle Book 1994 to make the distinction from the original, which I think was 67. So we're here to talk about this iteration of Jungle Book, guys. And when I was rewatching it, I was thinking about the original animated movie, as you do, right? And I was thinking about the Sega Genesis video game that was based on that original movie that I used to have in the 90s. It was a pretty sick game. There was like a lot of good 90s Disney video games back in the day, so I wanted to kind of discuss some of those with you guys, see if you guys had any that you played. If you didn't, we can just talk about live-action Disney remakes, because as you guys may know, this is the first live-action Disney remake. If you look on the Wikipedia for the list of all of them, this is the first one. My theory is that it was kind of riding off the success of Hook, but we can get into that in a moment. Pappy, what do you think? Live-action Disney remakes, video games based on Disney movies, do you have anything to say?
Got so much to say. First of all, I want to say it's great to be back on Big Dumb Movie. I am, and Stevie can vouch for this because we're recording in the same room, I am painted from tip to tail in orange and black stripes, and I've got an artificial tail here. I went all out. We need to start doing a video portion because this was kind of a waste.
It's haunting.
But
it's like people who get dressed up to play D&D. It's kind of pointless,
exactly.
But you know, it's for you.
It's me.
It's a vibe.
Yeah.
It's a vibe.
So I don't think enough people talk about the worst Disney live-action remake, which is Dumbo. One of the worst movies ever made. Tim Burton made it. It's bizarre and frustrating and dark and just something that didn't need to exist in any way, shape, or form. Not a fan of the live-action remakes, I would say, generally. I am a fan, though, of some of the Disney video games of the 90s and early 2000s. I'll do two. One, for SNES, Toy Story, the hardest game ever made.
Hardest game. It made me want to quit video gaming, yeah.
I could, like you can fly through the first level or two, but then there's like an RC car driving level that I could virtually never get past, ever.
Driving levels, dude. It always comes down to that. Like, games like that back in the day, they had like the first level was super easy. Second level was maybe a little bit of difficulty, but eventually it puts you in some weird situation where it was like a top-down view and you were just fucked. And I think the one that is most notorious, it might be the Lion King game. Did you guys play that?
Yeah, it's a hard one too.
Yeah, and we've talked about these on the podcast before, but not with this group. But anyway, go on.
The other nuance to that too is like when you lost all your lives, you're starting back at level 1. So like you get so good at the first level. Like I probably played the first level of Toy Story 1,000 times in my life, and then the fourth one maybe once ever. But the other one I wanted to mention is kind of like a underutilized genre, but I really like the Kingdom Hearts game for like what it represented as like you get to fly to different worlds and the world is the movie. Like, I can't believe they didn't make more games like that. Now, there's a lot of weird anime bullshit that I don't understand and like links to Final Fantasy, so it's kind of like an impenetrable lore and story, but as a concept, getting to play in all these different Disney movies is super fucking fun.
Yeah, the Kingdom Hearts games did something a little bit unique, but to me, it was reminiscent of an old Sega CD game I had and played called Mickey Mania. And Mickey Mania was a 90s game, and it was each level was like a different Mickey Mouse movie, starting with Steamboat Willie. So you kind of progressed through the major Mickey Mouse motion pictures on each level, and therefore they had a different look, different mechanics, etc. And I think, Kingdom Hearts like took that and made it into something better. But definitely agree with you. What about you, Ronnie? What do you got?
For video games, I only wrote down Kingdom Hearts.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, because my first console was N64, so I kind of missed the gluttony of those kind of Disney adaptations. Like, I've heard rumors of them, but no. So Kingdom Hearts was like remastered a couple years ago, so then I got the remastered version to replay them. And man, is like the controls are awful, like moving the camera, and like the fighting is so miserably bad, but there's something really nostalgic about like one, playing the game, but also, like you said, jumping back into those worlds and playing with those characters. That was always like a fun, like a weird hodgepodge of like Final Fantasy and Disney. That's the only game I had, but I'm trying to think of movies because I generally don't really care for Disney live action remakes. The one recently though I saw was Christopher Robin, like the Winnie the Pooh kind of reimagining.
Oh, with Obi-Wan?
Yes, and instead of raising a serial killer, he raises a bunch of adorable little stuffed animals, and it's like really nostalgic for me. So not a lot of things are nostalgic, but Winnie the Pooh definitely is. Grew up watching that with my grandma, and it was cute kind of seeing Ewan McGregor like give his all talking to stuffed animals, and they're all like old now, and it makes you feel something again, which I haven't felt in so long. So that's a really cute one. And then I rewatched all these Jungle Book movies for some reason this week, and the 2016 one is okay. The Jon Favreau one with all the CGI, it's kind of frustrating. It's like the whole movie is just green screen, but whatever. And then I watched the 2018 one. It's not Disney though. It's like the Netflix bought, which kind of ties into this movie about like someone producing and making it, and then someone else buying it to distribute it. And it's really, really dark and more loyal. That's kind of the only ones. I generally don't really care for the live action remakes. I think they bump up the annoying factor with like taking the side characters and make them beyond obnoxious.
I'm talking to a smoking blue giant?
No! I am not a giant. I am a genie. There is a difference. Giants are not real.
Well, I'm going to come back to you, Ronnie, to talk maybe a little bit more about the book of the Jungle Book. But I do want to say real quick that when I was looking up this movie to watch it for this podcast, I went on Disney Plus, of course.
Naturally.
And on Disney Plus, I searched the Jungle Book. And what came up was the Jungle Book 1967, sure. The Jungle Book 2016, which I believe is the Jon Favreau one that Ronnie talked about. The Jungle Book 2 from 2003. The Jungle Book Mowgli Story from 1998, which is a live-action movie, but Mowgli is a boy.
Johnny Tsunami's Mowgli in that movie.
Exactly. I did
Yeah.
recognize that face. And the other search results were Tailspin. I'm sure you guys remember. It was a one-season cartoon with about 60-something episodes. Pretty famous when I was a kid. And then Jungkook, I Am Still the Original, which I looked up as a K-pop star of some kind. So the Jungle Book 1994, notably not on Disney Plus. I believe I searched for that when I first got Disney Plus as well. There was a few movies I looked for right away when I first got Disney Plus. Jungle Book was one of them.
Really?
Another one, My Date with the President's Daughter, which as far as I know is still not on Disney Plus.
My Day with the President's
Will Friedle.
Daughter.
Yeah.
And Jungle to Jungle, which is a movie that was there and I did watch. Anyway, last but not least, Stevie, what do you got for us?
Man, I hate to ride like the Kingdom Hearts bandwagon, but I have a very special connection to that game because I got to play like a testing model of that game in Disney for like 2 hours when I was a kid before it was ever released.
Ooh, holy shit.
They were still working out the bugs. So like I have a very, very strong connection to that game.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was super cool. Like there's like representatives from Square Enix there, and like it was cool. They sat me down and said, "What do you think?" And I was like, "Well, this kind of sucks. This is hard." Like I got to play 2 hours of just the Hercules, like Olympus, like trial. I got all the way to Cloud, and I could never get past them. But yeah, it was fun. And also like just like combining Final Fantasy and a crazy story that makes zero sense is always fun.
Yeah.
Pappy and I did a deep dive on Kingdom Hearts one time, and it's literally the road maps make zero sense. They just go off the map at a certain point. Like, oh, we're just starting over.
Unreleased, but Goofy is all Sora.
Yeah.
I think we talked about that a lot. And Donald Duck being the most useless like sidekick AI character.
Yes,
of all
it
time.
makes no sense. As far as the live action remakes go, they look very odd to me because they're so digitized. They look very, very clean, and everything is shot in full view. They just look very, very almost amateurish, even though I know there's a lot of money put behind them. Mm-hmm. I really can't stand them. I mean, if you guys want to see a live action remake that's actually good, go watch How to Train Your Dragon. That movie rocks. Like the new one, my kids love that one. It's actually a good movie. As far as like remakes go, I know this is the first one, but I'll get into it later, but this just screams Michael Eisner written.
Yeah.
I mean, this has Michael Eisner written all over it. So I have a firm belief that this did not start out as a Jungle Book movie.
Ooh, okay.
I don't think it did. I think this is a completely separate movie, and Michael Eisner slapped a Jungle Book name on it to sell tickets and change some things in the story.
I could see that.
That's what I think, but yeah.
Life is a spinning wheel, it has been said, with each spoke a tale to be told. So keep silence along the banks, and I will tell you one of these tales, a story as enchanting as the jungle itself. It is about pride and power and treasure, and about fangs and claws and talons. But mostly, it is about love.
All right, we're going to go into the movie, guys. 1994, Rudyard Kipling's Jungle Book. A movie kind of forgotten in time, and you guys know I love talking about movies like that. The movie opens up with a very slow zoom of a map of India. Right, Pappy?
Mm-hmm. And it's cut by Shere Khan's claws to start the movie. So we're off to a good start. I guess I would be remiss when you're watching those intros. Like we'll talk about the characters level, later. But like the cast itself is crazy to see those names scroll by in a row and what this movie is after that. But yeah, 19th century, colonial India. We have a giant caravan walking up. A lot of what'd you say, Stevie? A lot of camels, a lot of khakis.
A lot of khaki, a lot of taint sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, I don't know if we're gonna like this movie or not in general. I would say the production is great.
Yeah.
Everything below the line is amazing. The sheer number of animals, the costumes,
100%.
filming like on location, it clearly looks hot as tits like the whole time that they're there. Like, I think it looks good.
I totally 100% agree with that. Like, I've never seen this movie until last night. I went in completely blind, didn't look up anything at all. So I have no context for this except for as a 79-year-old man watching this 1994 movie. But I totally agree. Like the production design, especially when they get into like the palace kind of area, all looks great.
This movie has things that modern live-action Disney remakes do not have, and that is real animals. And the use of real animals in this movie, when they are interacting with people, is both impressive and scary.
Yeah.
I can see why they don't use animals anymore in movies. Like, I totally get it. It's a thing of the past, but when you see it looks so much better than, the CGI animals that you see nowadays. Stevie, maybe you can kind of take it over from where Pappy left off, though. Like, what's going on? Who are our players? Obviously, we got, Sam Neill as Colonel Bryden. We got little Mowgli.
We got Mowgli. Like, Mowgli's dad is guiding pretty much this company through India. And, we get Mowgli, we get Lena. How do you pronounce her last name? Lena Headey?
Not yet. Lena Headey is later when she grows up, right?
Well, I know, but young version.
Young Lena Headey.
Yeah.
Young Cersei Lannister.
Young Cersei Lannister, that's fine. And pretty much, like, we're introduced to some odd, like, we get Sam Neill, who's kind of the head of the company. We get, like I said, Mowgli's dad, and then also the betrayer of Mowgli's dad, who ends up being a villain for some odd reason. I'll never understand it. Yeah. There's a long time waiting for that. But the whole point is kind of, Mowgli is not a baby. Mowgli is like 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah.
Mowgli knows English.
Yep.
Mowgli knows words.
Let's see where you're going.
Mowgli knows how to communicate. This is where I'm at with it, Pappy. And the whole idea. By the way, Stephen Summers, I love you. 3 minutes of credits is insane.
It's a lot. Yeah.
3 minutes of credits is insane. Like I'm not talking about just like names going across the screen. I'm talking about just a map.
Zooming in.
I feel like after George Lucas got sued, directors were like, we're really going to make sure that there's no room for lawsuits with the opening credits to our movies.
Dude, wild. But like, kind of blew my mind. And the whole idea is like, Shere Khan is back. He's coming back for some odd reason. I mean, it's kind of Palpatining it at this point, right? Mm-hmm. He's back, and it's everyone to be feared. Which, it's what? King Tiger, right? Shere Khan, King Tiger.
Yeah.
Joe Exotic.
What is this?
Blue.
And in English?
Fear.
Good. I bet you can't tell me what this is.
Bagheera.
Uh-huh.
Panther.
Very good. And who do you think this is?
That's me.
You. Shere Khan.
The holy men say I'm half a tiger.
You are half a tiger.
He say when I see Shere Khan and show no fear, then I be whole tiger.
Where did you see this holy man, Mowgli?
In my dreams.
This movie gets real like prophecy-wise too.
Oh yeah, he's
Like-
foretold to be a full tiger someday.
In his dreams.
Yeah.
And then there's a whole lot of prophecy in this. And then we get the build up in camp, which is a staggering amount of animals. You know, it's nighttime camp, a staggering amount of animals. And my favorite death scene I've seen in years is where a nighttime watchman is literally patrolling the watch and he gets punched by a tiger. There is nothing better than getting KO'd by a tiger. There's no roar. There's no like blood anywhere. There's no like body dragged away. He gets punched by a tiger and that's it. It's incredible.
It brings a whole new meaning to Street Fighter 2 when Sagat says tiger uppercut.
He gets punched by a tiger. He literally hits the ground and the tiger walks by him like he's Tyson.
He's still got the cigarette burning in his mouth.
Dude, he gets punched by a tiger. At least drag him away.
Before we get into all this death in this Disney movie, there's one thing we got to set up is when they're on the caravan on the road, and Mowgli takes a peek at two Indian people on the road having a kiss. It's really important we set this up later so that Mowgli doesn't seem like a pervert.
I believe that's Mowgli's dad.
Oh, it is? Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just racist.
Got a harem of women.
Yeah, Mowgli's dad. He gives a lady a flower, and then he kisses her. That, like, informs Mowgli's romantic decision-making for the rest of his life, right?
You're missing the best part of that scene. He gives her the flower, he kisses her, then he looks right at the camera and gives us a big wink, which is actually directed towards Mowgli. But
we are Mowgli, though.
But we feel uncomfortable for him.
Yeah, right.
Also, did Mowgli's dad like not get enough like screen time?
I could have used more.
I feel like I could have used more Mowgli's dad. I feel like he kind of got cut short real quick.
I forgot his dad was in the movie. Like I was like because like I didn't know that he was the one kissing, and then later I was like, oh yeah, Shere Khan kills him or the guy shoots him. I don't even remember. I don't remember at all because he's so inconsequential to after the first 10 minutes.
Well, he teaches Mowgli two things, right? The flower kiss maneuver and the names of animals. And those are the two things that Mowgli keeps with him. His dad only taught him two things, but, you know, the two things that he remembers.
That sounds like a homeschool kid if I ever heard it.
But he does forget how to speak, though, so it didn't stick that well.
Again, sounds like a homeschool kid if I ever heard it. I do want to also mention, Korey, something that's mentioned on the caravan before all the death and destruction, is that Shere Khan is not just hungry. He's pissed off, and he is an anti-colonial cat and is fighting back because the British are killing more than they can eat. So that's all of this is like
jungle law.
Jungle law, exactly. It's not a random killing.
And as surely as a tiger named Shere Khan was to be the jungle's royal keeper, Mowgli was destined to become its lord. Well done, Mowgli. Udale! What on earth's going on?
Shere Khan, he's returning.
Shere, a tiger?
Shere Khan, king of tigers. He's angry because these men with their guns have gone into his jungle and killed more than they can eat. What is a tiger carrying? A few animals here or there. Would you allow someone to break into your house and steal your food? Acha! These three broke the jungle law. Shere Khan knows it. We best beware.
Yeah, Shere Khan is looking to enforce justice on those who break the jungle law. We hear about the jungle law all throughout the movie, but yeah, he is not just a tiger with the instincts of an animal, right? He's got an agenda.
Okay, like I said, I saw this for the first time last night. I didn't know that the animals didn't talk. I was so fucking confused.
They do not speak as you speak. Every look, every movement has a meaning.
No, but like I'm glad that the animals don't, because it made me laugh. Like I laughed a lot during those scenes where there was no talking. But I was really confused that in a Disney movie they wouldn't have animals speaking. I was like shocked. But sorry, but I was just like so confused.
This ain't your grandma's Disney movie.
The death of the guy playing cards is pretty brutal. It is dark. It's not a typical Disney movie death either. Like, people are getting mauled by tigers. There's chaos. One of my favorite parts of this is young Cersei Lannister is standing over Baloo's father's dead body and then says, "Is Baloo okay?" With like no concern. This man is bleeding out beneath her feet.
You mean, is Mowgli okay?
Mowgli okay. Sorry, is Mowgli okay? Yeah. Mowgli's dad is dying here, but
yes.
A full-grown man jumps off that burning wagon, by the way.
Crazy.
It's framed horribly. A full-grown man jumps off that wagon. I understand you can't have a child doing it, but you could frame it just a little different.
It's so funny because he just flies away in the carriage, and then Sam Neill doesn't give a flying fuck that he's gone. He just runs back, and then Kitty goes, "Where's Mowgli?" He's like, "He's fucking dead. I didn't even bother even trying to chase him down. I think he's dead. He's probably dead."
Did you check? Nah.
So funny. Just like brushing it off. Yeah, he's fine.
the horses wouldn't leave him if he was still alive, I'm sure.
There's no way.
Where's Mowgli, Father?
He's gone, Kitty. The boy is gone.
Sam Neill, British Sam Neill in this movie, hot off the presses of Jurassic Park, of course, which was 1993. This movie is 1994. And I do want to say, as a quick side note, 1994 seems to be the year for big dumb movie episodes. We've done so many from 1994, including some that you guys were on, Baby's Day Out, Angels in the Outfield.
Great film.
Many others.
Some say the greatest years for movies.
Pappy, maybe you can tell us about what happens to Mowgli when he's on his own in the jungle. He's just a little boy with a little wolf cub.
Yeah, and I'll say this too. Again, a lot of problems in this movie, but my first instinct when I saw the wolf cub was, damn, that's good CGI. But then my brain remembered, no, this is from the 90s. That's a real wolf cub. And it's cool. It's impressive.
Liam Neeson and me got a little startled by it, yeah.
Yeah. But during this time, Mowgli forgets all human traits and speech and ways of living. It's very much the plot of Tarzan, actually, too. Like, it's very similar, and we'll have more Tarzan similarities.
No Phil Collins, though.
Later. Yeah, could have used some Phil Collins. But he meets, and I guess he's a bigger character in the versions that I've seen. I haven't read the book, but Bagheera, the panther, who guides him by the tail to a pack of wolves who will raise him. And there's a very, I don't know what you'd call it, like 90s epic shot. This is like one of a few shots I remembered from childhood viewings of this, where like him and Bagheera and the wolf are like running, and then it like flashes to them growing up like during that montage. Though it's kind of cool, but yeah, he becomes feral, Korey. Long story short.
It is interesting to see the little boy actually hold on to a panther's tail. Like there
Crazy.
is one wide shot of that.
Until it's not.
Until it's not.
Yeah.
Sure, but still seeing that is insane. Yeah, Mowgli does meet all his old friends that you know from the cartoon, right? I think the assumption is that if you're watching this movie, you know the cartoon. And maybe the cartoon takes place in between this transition? I don't know. Does it, Pappy?
I don't think so. No. I don't think there's singing and dancing that happens in Only Want to Be Like You.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So I watched 4 of these fucking movies in the past week, and
What?
yeah, I watched.
crazy.
I watched the animated one. I watched the 2016 remake of the animated one. I watched the Netflix one, and I watched this one, which is like I don't recommend doing that because it makes your brain hurt because they all become one movie. But I'll give the props to all those movies. Is everyone's different. They're all inherently like every director adds their little spin to it, and they take the book and take what they like out of it and change it. So like I said, I was surprised that this wasn't talking animals. Like, okay, that's a surprise. I think it's the most boring version of this story, but it's like, okay, they're going to do like the quote unquote more realistic kind of perspective of this.
Which of them is most like the book, Ronnie?
The 2018 one that Andy Serkis made, that Netflix bought. Well, the book's a collection of short stories, and there's 2 of them. The first one's like, first half of the book is about Mowgli and whatnot, and then there's a bunch of other short stories, but it's really dark. Like British people's bedtime stories for their kids are really fucked up, and like the law of the jungle is basically like just, you know, survive or die, and there's like no kindness in between for that. It's extremely brutal. So I feel bad for British children growing up reading this and thinking this is a fun bedtime story. But yeah, all the Disney ones are obviously I guess, you know what? There's tons of poetry in the book. So I guess they take that, but none of it's the happy kind of jazzy 60s kind of music, though.
The animals talk in the book?
Yeah.
Okay, then that is definitely a major change.
Well, yeah, like this is trying to be like a more, I guess, realistic version if a kid got lost in the woods and didn't get eaten alive by animals immediately.
It's a weird change because it makes it way less fun and magical and cool. And I guarantee there were families who walked into this movie and walked away very confused.
Why ain't the animals talking?
When there's 20 minutes of no dialogue, yeah, it's a little baffling that Disney bought this.
I could not imagine taking my 4-year-old to the movie with the because like trailers are way different, like how they used to market these films. Mm-hmm. Taking my 4-year-old to a film, and then she's gonna look at me halfway and going, "Why ain't they talking?"
Yeah,
I'm like, "Honey, I don't know. They're probably not gonna talk. Do you want to go? Yeah, okay, bye."
That was the original concept. As we were talking about, like Disney bought it and became involved in the production. It was going to be like a basically no talking movie for almost all of it. Was the initial idea, and then Cats and Bird.
I don't think
came
it was
in
gonna be
and
a
said,
Jungle Book movie.
No,
I think it was literally gonna be like kind of the story was around it. But I think like Eisner probably read this and said, "Let's slap Jungle Book on it." That's my opinion of it.
It feels that way, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Mowgli does explain that he can speak to the animals.
Well,
it's just in a non-conventional communication style.
So can you speak for the animals?
Yes, but they speak not as men speak. With animals, every move, every look, every sound has a meaning. The jungle speaks to me because I've learned how to listen.
I don't know. It's more boring, I guess, if I'm a child. But like I said, like that's a big risk to invest. I don't know what, $25 million into a movie aimed for kids off of like the success 40 years ago of a talking animal movie, to be like, yeah, they're just gonna stare at the camera awkwardly and just shake his head and make silly like sounds. So I applaud their stupid choice.
So like, does King Louie in this version of the Jungle Book literally wear the crown because he is a king? Like, does he have that?
He's a king of Monkey City.
Like, he understands that, and that's why he wears the crown. He just can't use his words to. I guess so, right?
Seems like he's the one in charge.
Because Shere Khan's like an activist, protest killer, right? So he's.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Just let him talk then. Do the Homeward Bound.
Mowgli does grow into a man, right? We see that transition pretty quickly. Pappy, you mentioned it's kind of a big shot in the movie. I do remember that distinctly, right? Him running with the animals and being a small child, and the animals are young, and then they're all older, fully grown. Maybe 15 years later or so, I think is what it's supposed to be. Maybe more. Mowgli, I think, is the first character to transition from being a Hispanic kid to a Chinese adult, maybe in history.
I'm so glad I'm not the one that has to say that.
I can't believe he went on to play Earl in My Name is Earl, too. That's crazy.
And all those Kevin Smith movies.
I'm just kidding, by the way. I don't know if that kid is Hispanic. But we got Jason Scott Lee. He's a star of this movie. 1994 was a big year for him. He also played Bruce Lee in Dragon, the Bruce Lee story that same year. Stevie, what do we see with him as a fully grown adult? He has to deal with this little asshole monkey, right?
Yeah, and it's kind of wild how he developed, a very good protein-based diet and just shredded when he turned into an adult when he's not around society or could. This dude is like the lean version of jacked. I mean, he's got traps, he's got pecs, he's got veins coming out of his triceps. It's like Jesus, dude. He's very well put together. But we end up in Monkey City, which looks like kind of like a Mortal Kombat level. It does in a way, right? It looks a little like a Mortal Kombat level. But I'll say this about this movie, and Pat brought it up earlier. Stephen Sommers does a great job with this. I feel like he tried to frame this movie like a 1930s adventure movie, and it really works.
Mm-hmm. It is no surprise he went on to direct The Mummy.
Exactly, exact same thing. It looks incredible. The sets from Monkey City look great. It just looks very, very cool. The framing of it, kind of the curiosity of it all, the use of animals around it. He's a really good director in this type of stuff. Below the line stuff, like Pap said, fantastic. Still kind of wild that he doesn't know any words or reverted back to his kind of primal state. But the fun part with this is, what does he get stolen from him? It's
his bracelet.
His bracelet, okay, yeah, that young Cersei gave to him. So we get in this awesome set piece, and it's still kind of wild that the animals don't talk because King Louie is doing, third base coach signs to Jason Scott Lee, and we're supposed to know what's going on. And you would have to really see the original, which I imagine Disney was aiming for, to kind of understand this. We get a cameo appearance from Ka.
Yeah.
Which,
Ka
cameo. It's great. We see those, awesome, kind of like the raising of the pearls and jewels. And then it's attack time, which still looks better than Anaconda, I gotta say.
How dare you?
Really?
I mean, I do love a good Anaconda movie, but this looks better. That's all I'm gonna say.
They show way less of the snake, so it's easier for it to not look like shit, but fair enough, okay.
Kind of violent.
Well, I mean, the snake looks pretty cool, I think, when you don't see the CGI close-up, which they reuse later.
That's bad. The blood is crazy. He's just stabbing the snake over and over with the special knife. It's not your mom's Disney movie, not your grandma's Disney movie.
Yeah. I want to say that, so to kind of set things up a little bit further, Mowgli, right, makes his way into Monkey City because his one and only possession is stolen, that bracelet that he has, and he wants it back, of course. So he goes in there and makes his way into the ruins of this city, which you guys said looked great, and I agree, although the exterior lighting makes it look kind of strange sometimes. They're probably mixing in some composited shots in there, and that's why. But when he's inside, it's very Indiana Jones with treasure everywhere, very The Mummy. It looks fucking dope. And King Louie has kind of set up this gladiator pit, right, in the treasure. He wants to lure someone in there to fight his champion, the snake. Am I reading this correctly?
It's Thunderdome, man.
Yeah. He's got this whole gladiator ring thing going on, and Mowgli's got to fight Ka, which he stabs to death.
Why doesn't Ka just eat the monkeys? Why are all these extra steps? He's in Monkey City. There's plenty of...
They have an arrangement.
It's not part of the contract, Bab. He's fighting for his family.
Right.
They're in captivity right now.
Ka's trying to make a cool jungle house up in this it's like a level of the mountains. He's saving up.
Could have been sick if the animals just said that.
You guys really want these animals to talk?
Meet my servant.
You must best him in one-on-one combat.
Thanks, Louie. I understand this now.
I think it's communicated pretty well, though, despite there being no actual dialogue. Particularly when Mowgli wins and they throw him back the bracelet, and then he holds it up like a championship WWE belt, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, I have won, and like he earns their respect, you know?
Again, I'm a fan of like this whole extended non-talking sequence just because it's like it reminds me of Wall-E kinda, you know, where it's just like a bunch of like non-verbal communication happening. The one thing I will say though is that the blue screen use of Louis is real bad. And there's a couple of times where there's like blue screen off.
Fade in.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
Yeah, like you're saying there, Korey, about like how it says, like, it doesn't say anything, obviously, but the film language of like, they're all like hyping up and then he's like egging him on and then it gets quiet and then the fight starts. So you understand like, oh yeah, they've been waiting for, WrestleMania for American Gladiators to kind of happen there.
Exactly. Yeah. I kind of like the nonverbal section of the movie because they utilize the score a lot during that. And there's moments in the score that I think are pretty good. Like overall, it's not super memorable. It's not like what this movie is trying to be, which I think is trying to be Hook to some degree. My theory is that this movie was made because Hook was extremely successful a couple years earlier. And as we know, it's kind of similar, right? It's like that same story, except Peter Pan is an adult now. And like what's going on with him as an adult in live action form. And this movie's doing that with Mowgli.
If I could be a little more cynical, the book came out in 1894. So this is 100 years. So I'm going public domain. I'm guessing this book came into the public domain somewhat recently, like in 94, and that's the reason why they were able to just make this movie really quickly.
They didn't waste time, did they?
To the day.
Yeah, to the day.
I think you're underselling the score a little bit, Korey. I think it's a really good score. It's a 90s score. Steve's giving me the look of death right now. First of all, one, it gives me the 90s nostalgia of just a big orchestral score. Two, fills in the gaps where needed. And three, this guy's pretty good. He did the RoboCop score. He did the Hunt for Red October score. He did the Free Willy score.
Yes.
All good.
Basil Poledouris. And like you said, RoboCop, I think probably his most famous of the bunch. But, Free Willy, right the year before, I think he's pretty decent. In this movie, I don't love it. I don't think it's super memorable. I can't hum the tune necessarily, but the swells, gotta love them.
What stands out because there's no goddamn talking for 25 minutes in this movie. So.
Kitty!
Yes, Doctor?
Perhaps you could name the primates that we are about to paint.
That one there's a macaque. Those two are rhesus. And the bunch up there are langurs.
Well, at least I taught somebody something.
Oh my goodness, there's a spider monkey with a mustache.
Well,
he's got a white hat on and a linen suit.
Now, we get to a point in the movie, Pappy, that I'm sure you want to talk about, which is where we see Kitty fully grown.
Yeah, like we mentioned, Cersei Lannister, brotherfucker herself. All grown up, but I mean, listen, she's very young in this movie. I almost like wouldn't be able to draw the connection that this woman would play Cersei Lannister later, like based on.
Yeah, I had that same hang up. I was like, damn, it's weird to think that it's her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think she's 19 or 20.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, super young. John Cleese has, I guess, transitioned from being the village surgeon to now the village, like, woman painting tour organizer.
Yeah, what's going on there?
They call them teachers.
Yeah.
Yeah, call him
But he's a doctor. Why is he teaching animal painting? And
He's
like
a doctor
why,
of painters.
to just the youngest, prettiest women in the camp? That's
Dude, she looks just like Keira Knightley in this scene.
yeah, I could see that.
He's a doctorate in jungle arts. He's just like out there doing like
Jungle arts.
like a natural, beautiful like landscapes. A pretty little like tree right there.
Now this bridge separates mankind from the animal kingdom. To cross over there is to take your life in your hands. You see this sign? It says, danger. To cross this bridge is to enter the black jungle, the jungle of death.
Actually, Doctor, all the sign says is, beware, this bridge is old.
It's a very literal translation, Kitty. Come on, ladies, we'll do our painting down there.
I dare you to cross it. I would never. Neither would I. Well, I certainly wouldn't.
I would.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, there's some cute moments where they're talking about the translation of a sign, and I don't know, like we get a very show don't tell of like who Kitty is when she's. A few women are saying like, I dare you to run across that bridge. No, I dare you to run across that bridge. And then Kitty comes in like a fucking wrecking ball to the conversation. I'll do it. like just so desperate to be included.
And then walks across it with ease, and you're like, oh, I guess it wasn't that dangerous. It's fine.
It wasn't dangerous at all. But then this is where Tarzan meets Jane, Korey, and love ensues, just like the book, right, Ronnie?
Yeah.
The love story.
Kitty spots Mowgli all dripped out because he just like raided that Monkey City, and I guess he got some clothes from there, so he's dressed up pretty fancy.
That perfectly fit him as well.
Yeah.
Took some of the treasure and bought it from like Bagheera or something. He says, "Oh yeah, Bagheera is his little trading post. He makes some extra money."
Oh, it is like the video game.
There's a save point there too.
Yeah.
So we didn't mention that. It's a love story, and that really threw me, because when Sam Neill's doing his early narration saying this is an adventure movie about treasure and adventure and friendship, but mostly about love, I'm like, really? We're going to take this fun kids movie about singing animals and make it a love story? I'm like, I think I see your theory there, Stevie, more and more of like, this seems repurposed.
Yeah. heavily repurposed. I mean, to me, this screams more like Last of the Mohicans, like in India.
Okay.
Like a script that was more like along those lines. I mean, it's right around the same time as well. And then, like I said, Disney, like Michael Eisner especially, and Jeffrey Katzenberger were famous for this. Just take something and slap it into something different and call it something else. I mean, it's just...
And then claim you didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then one thing I do like about this scene, though, is... Or this kind of sequence is we get introduced to slimy bad guy. Carrie Elwes.
But not before Mowgli does his one and only move on Kitty, right?
Yeah.
He sees the girl, gives her a flower, tries to kiss her. And in this case, she runs away. But she runs into the arms of Carrie Elwes.
But we should also say, isn't there a scene where Mowgli and Baloo stage a fight to impress Kitty?
Yeah, that's right.
Like,
yeah, it's like right in between there. You're right.
Again, these animals are so hyper intelligent that they're participating in like pickup schemes. Baloo is the wingman.
Yeah.
Also, he remembers what women look like, but he can't remember to talk.
Yeah.
His dad taught him two things, okay? The names of animals, which he knows. He can say Baloo. And to give a woman a flower.
But to not walk back to the camp?
No.
Nope.
That wasn't in his dad's lesson.
He wasn't that far away.
He really wasn't. They just stumble upon him.
That's the crazy thing is, I know this is jumping ahead, but like Mowgli knows where the people live. At any point, he could just gone back to the city. Like he goes to the city later. So sorry, but yes, Carrie Elwes is. I think he's a great bad guy. Well, I think this is interesting too, Stevie. The first thing you said when you walked into my humble abode was, Carrie Elwes is the problem with this movie.
Yeah.
Really?
What did you mean by that? Yeah. Because I like him.
Oh, I don't want to talk about this now. Fine. Two roles back to back really hurt Cary Elwes' career, in my opinion. Liar, Liar, and this. Playing kind of like the slimy off guy.
Yeah.
There's not really a slimy guy in Liar, Liar. He's just the other guy. My issue is this. If he's going to be a bad guy, he has to be like Billy Zane in Titanic. Like a bad guy. Like this is an awful, like no redeemable qualities type man. Like, in my opinion, for this movie to work, he has to play a better guy than Mowgli, who just lets him have Kitty.
Oh, okay.
Like, he needs to be like Indiana fucking Jones in this thing. He needs to be the guy. But he just knows he's not right for Kitty, and she ends up a Mowgli. His little second in command guy, was it Wilkins? He needs to be the bad guy.
Okay.
That's how this movie works.
So he keeps him in check later?
Yeah.
See, I Cary Elwes, like, I think he's a great bad guy in the sense that, like, he is, like, over-the-top evil Billy Zane, like, mustache twisting, like, he shows that, like, flashes of anger in other roles that he has, too, but he gets kind of, like, scary and, like, sexual assaulty later.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot going on with his bad guy. So
I think he's just great. Like, I love that actor. I love seeing him, especially in his prime. You know, he's in his prime very much so in this movie. It's pretty cool that, like, he sees Mowgli and he just tries to box him.
Yeah.
He's like, put him up.
Yeah.
Fisticuffs, young man.
Yeah, it's funny when they have that confrontation. Like, he's a British soldier. He can just murder him without impunity at all, and no one's gonna bat an eye on this because it's like peak British colonialism. Like, they do give a fucking shit about these people. But he's like, I'm gonna fight you with my fists, and then I'm gonna pick up a stick and swing at you instead of that sword I have dangling from my side. Until later, I guess the one guy pulls a sword finally.
I should warn you. I'm feeling quite the hunter today.
And am I to be your prey?
What the? Why, you little savage! And what have we here? An animal. An animal that needs to be taught a lesson in manners, I think. Come on, put them up! Put them up!
Be careful, William.
Don't worry, Catherine. I'll protect you.
Actually, William, I think that's what he's trying to do.
Come on, put them up! Thrash him! Thrash him good, Billy boy! Come on!
You're a dead one, you are.
Stay exactly where you are!
Put the gun away! William, tell him!
Keep out of this, Captain. I'm warning you. Shoot him! Shoot him! Just stay back! I said shoot him, Wilkins! That's an order!
Leave him, Wilkins, he's harmless!
Shoot him! Come on, man! I'm warning you! Shoot
It does escalate because, yeah, he tries to box him. Mowgli can box. You know, he can bob and weave. He gets tossed in the water. So he sends his guys. They all get fucked up. They get cleaned up by Mowgli. And then one of them pulls a gun, right? So it does escalate a little bit. They do shoot Mowgli in this scene, like in the arm.
He orders him to shoot Mowgli. He's like, fire, shoot. This is a direct order. And the guy's like holding back for a second. That guy's also like the kiss ass later in the movie too, right? He's always, whenever Sam Neill's around, like, oh, it's beautiful Hindi, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think even Sam Neill forgets his name too. He calls him like Wilkes or something like that. He goes, actually it's Wilkins. And then he goes, shut up, no one cares. Like just dismisses him.
Lieutenant Wilkes!
It's, Wilkins, sir. Look, I know this looks bad, sir, but...
Oh, shut up, Wilkins.
So, Stevie, you felt bad, or you didn't care for Wesley in this movie. I feel bad for Jason Scott Lee. He has nothing to do for a really long time, just to really kind of like make like monkey sounds and stare awkwardly.
He's outside of the movie for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
He has like 20 minutes where he's not in the movie.
I feel so bad he has just like nothing to do. Just kind of nothing to like inflect, no emotion to kind of show, and I feel really bad for him in this movie. Especially coming off of like Enter the Dragon. Not Enter the Dragon, what's the Bruce Lee story? What's it called?
Dragon. A Bruce Lee story. But he does have one emotion, and that is pure horniness. Right?
Yeah.
Can you blame him?
No. He is driven by his pure horniness, and he makes his way into man's world. Right, Ronnie? He's going to pursue the one and only woman he's ever seen.
Yeah, he, for, I don't know, is it 12 years? Did they ever say how long he's in the jungle for?
I don't think they name it exactly, but it's probably around 15, I would assume.
Yeah, so for 15 to 20 years, he doesn't bother to look for mankind. He's just chilling with his friends in the jungle, which sounds good, but, you know, after having to wipe my ass with, like, poison ivy or whatever, I'd be like, you know what, I'm gonna go back to the man village, or whatever. So then he just kind of hones in and can, like, smell Cersei Lannister's, like, pheromones and just, like, V-line straight for, like, the human settlement that they definitely made those Indian people build for them and didn't pay them and kind of probably used their blood for, like, the cement and stuff. And then it's kind of unclear, like, what his objective is, because he doesn't want to, like, save her. He doesn't want to reconnect. It doesn't seem like he realizes it's Kitty, because he doesn't, like, willingly show her the bracelet. He just says, me, Tarzan, you, woman, come here now, because, you know, he hasn't seen a woman, and he's definitely past puberty, because we see how ripped he is. So he just wants to, you know...
He's ready to mate.
He's ready.
He's ready. She's not willing, but he is ready. And then he just, like, beelines and pushes people in like, broad daylight. Doesn't even want to sneak in at all, and goes to her, and she's like, please go away. And he's like, no, I gave you a flower. That's all I know. This is what my dad taught me.
This is love?
That's what I was gonna say. Is like, it starts out, to use the video game analogy, it starts out Splinter Cell, where he's like sneaking and riding on the bottom of elephants and shit, and by the end he just has like a 5-star Grand Theft Auto rating. He's just pushing through people, bursts into her room. Like, yeah, what is his plan here with like the whole village or whatever, whole military base on alert, charging to his location? He just wants that kiss.
They're married now. I give you a flower. We're married now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
best not to think about it. Huh?
Yeah.
Maybe not married, but at least he's done that enough enough wooing. Flower. We can get the camera, and then we pull the shades back, and then this becomes a no longer Disney movie.
Oh God. Shame.
Shame.
Oh! What are you doing here? Please leave. If I scream, they'll hear me. Please, you must go. Right, I'll take it, but only if you promise to leave. There, go now. What is it with you and flowers and kissing?
So yeah, Mowgli reconnects with Kitty, and she does realize who he is by recognizing the bracelet on his wrist, which she gave him when she was a little kid. It was like a family heirloom of some kind. So she realizes it's him, but doesn't have time to call everyone off. He escapes again, like he makes his way into a window, then he leaves when chaos starts ensuing, and now he's being chased down by like the military there. And he kind of like makes his way through the land of like Indian stereotypes. There's a lot of stuff going on here. There's like a snake charmer like levitating a rope, and you know, people are like carrying the baskets on their head. I think there's like little kids trying to scam tourists and shit, you know? It's all, they got it all.
It's the Indian version of One Jump Ahead from Aladdin, where it's like street rats, riff rat,
yeah. Street rat.
Down to the guy like making the rope snake rise up. I'm almost positive that's also a scene in Aladdin that he uses to escape.
It does feel very familiar.
Yeah, looks great though. Again, I like the colors of the city. The city's blue. The turbans are red. The clothes are white. Like it looks really, really pretty and good. And I even like the horrible CGI rope climbing, or not CGI, blue screen rope climbing that happens. It's a stupid effect, but it's kind of cool.
It's a blue ceiling, right?
Yeah, definitely a blue ceiling.
It's fine for 94. It's fine.
Yeah, I liked it.
It's Truman Show. Yeah.
And what have we got here then?
Caught this one attempting to kill the Colonel's daughter.
Well, we can't be having any of that now, can we?
And We found this on him.
May have a brother and sister.
Well, we can't be separating no family now, can we?
No, we most certainly cannot.
Right there. Come on, my little brown brother. Time to wake up. Tell Uncle Harley where you got the dagger. Come on! You little Torak!
Hold him.
Push him in, push him in, Harley! Come to order, if you please!
On here?
This is the intruder we called.
Well, I'm aware of that, but does detaining a prisoner mean you have to beat him half to death? You kicked me in the sweets, so. Those sweets, eh, Harley? So.
He does get captured, and he's pretty brutally tortured in prison. It's, again, very intense. I think, if I have this character right... Nope, wrong guy. There's a different guy who's in Game of Thrones, right? It's not this guy. It's the other. Oh, it's this
Harley,
guy?
yeah.
He plays Roderick Cassell in Game of Thrones. But the guy with the sideburns that tie below his chin.
Oh, like the Scottish jailer. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that guy. Mm-hmm. But yeah, brutally tortured. There's also some like hiding of the treasure from Monkey City. So things are starting to go a little off the rails. We're seeing the dynamic between Sam Neill, who's a little bit of a better guy than Korey Elwas in terms of oppressive colonial forces. There's degrees.
Yeah. He's a nice one. He's one of the good ones.
Yeah.
They're not all bad.
You can't marry one of them for sure because that's gross. but you know, I'll talk nicely to them occasionally.
Occasionally, yeah, we'll treat him okay. So Mowgli does end up in their little jail cell, and I think the reason he's not immediately executed is because he has that treasure dagger, like this jewel-encrusted dagger that he used to kill the big snake in Monkey City. He kept that, and Korey Elwas's character, who is Captain William Boone, he sees it and he realizes, okay, this guy robbed some people at some point for some pretty cool treasure, and we need to find out like if he's got more. So that's the reason he's still alive in jail.
And also Buldeo says to him that dagger has a family, which is a weird way to kind of say there's more treasure or there's some kind of legend.
That dagger has a family.
It is weird.
He's really something, this one, isn't he?
Well, he's an animal, isn't he?
Hello, William. John, Sergeant Harley.
Miss Catherine.
Catherine, what are you doing down here?
Dr. Plumford and I believe your new prisoners, the Jungle Boy the villagers all talk about.
The one raised by the animals?
Yes. We want to help him re-enter man's world. Teach him to speak.
But he's vicious and uncivilized.
Then we'll make him civilized. What did you do to him?
He did it to himself. We tried to stop him.
Oh, he has, miss. He's done it to himself.
He's mad, you see.
Don't put your fingers in there, miss. He'll bite them off.
Kitty.
But because Kitty realizes this is her childhood friend, Mowgli, who was presumed dead, she says, let's educate him and, you know, bring him into man's world again. And that's kind of where the movie takes us for, like, the next few scenes, right, Stevie?
Yeah, we don't really start this until, like, minute 50, which is kind of wild. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. Like, this is a long movie.
Oh, yeah. 2 hours.
This is 2 hours.
Yep.
Of non-talking animal Jungle Book. This is a wild place to start.
Why did this scene not have Strangers Like Me by Phil Collins play?
I wanna know! Show me!
That song had not been written yet.
Oh, it's been in his mind forever. It was always there.
The scene with the projector is the scene from Tarzan.
Dude, they really do that in Tarzan.
Yeah, shot for shot.
For shot, they do that.
That's
like
crazy.
When he's like doing like the crank rotoscope and
yes,
like it's against like the sheets. You're like, oh, that's kind of cool. And like he's also learning English at a crazy fast pace for not being like between the ages of 4 and 8. To pick up a language like that's kind of, especially English, is pretty insane.
Oh yeah.
Well, he did know it before. He knew it when he was 5 and then forgot about it for 20 years. So maybe he's just like recesses of his
just
mind.
Unlocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you lose the power in a video game, you have to go through like 5 levels so you get your power back.
Oh,
Like,
right.
oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Now I'm back.
Achievement unlocked.
Yeah, achievement unlocked. Also, I mean, there's some parts that are skipped over this. He would stink really badly. His teeth would be... He would have died just from dental hygiene, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, he would have died from dental hygiene pretty early.
Who's cutting his hair? Why? Wouldn't his hair
Shere
be
Khan.
way crazy?
Every time he comes back, just gets a little bit of a chunk.
Why did Shere Khan leave? Remember, like, it was a big deal that Shere Khan was back, and then...
He's back!
Shere Khan! He's returning!
Somehow, Shere Khan returned.
It always reminds me of Austin Powers when they're like, Dr. Evil, he's back. And Clint Howard's like, well, you know, Big Boy never left, sir.
Good God. He's back.
Well, in many ways,
Shere Khan
never left, sir. He's always offered the same high-quality meals at competitive prices.
But Mowgli adapts to man life very quickly. Like, his primitive self gets left, I mean, in a matter of 5 minutes. Like, it's gone.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen some seasons go by. Just to frame a reference, this took a while. It was very frustrating. You know, it also would have kind of made their chemistry make more sense than just I knew when we were a kid. You know, people grow up to be different people than when they're kids. It just, that happens.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess one thing this movie does show nicely is this Mowgli is a very pure soul. You know, he is probably the most white knight character in a film we're ever going to see. This man can do no wrong. There's only bad men around him, which are the white British. That's it.
A.
B.
B. C. O. P. Q. R. S. T. D.
When I was a kid, I really did like the education kind of montage we get because I thought it was funny, you know, like Mowgli saying the letters weird and stuff like that. Definitely dumb little kid comedy. And it worked on me in 94, I gotta say.
I find John Cleese incredibly, like, entertaining, and then they give him a few, like, lines, because, like, if you're gonna pay Monty Python John Cleese to be in your movie, they give him a couple things to say, like, something about, like, something about women. I can't remember, some kind of, like, you know, like, dated 90s kind of joke. I'm like, hey, you're actually using the comedic abilities of John Cleese for 30 seconds.
Man, woman, woman. One man, 2 women. Lucky man.
Lucky man.
Now, Mowgli teaches Kitty a little bit about his world as well. Like, he takes her to the jungle, and they do some of his education there, right? Like, learning to waltz and stuff. We see the connection forming. And I think Captain William Boone does as well, right? Because he more and more sees Mowgli as a threat.
Yeah, he even says, like, that in that scene when he proposes to her, he says, like, I've been neglecting our relationship or our duties, so some time has been passed. I don't know how long that is, but my knowledge of British romance, you know, not talking for 3 months is pretty normal in British standards.
Yeah. I sent you a letter, Nay, 6 months ago.
This one is a personal favorite of mine. You thrust it into your opponent's belly like that, you see, and then you twist it a little, and you rip out his stomach.
Then do you eat him?
No, of course not.
Does he want to eat you?
Why no?
Then why kill him?
Because he's your enemy.
What is enemy?
Someone you hate.
What is hate?
Now, there's a scene, Pappy, between Mowgli and Captain William Boone when Mowgli finally can fully speak English, right? And Captain Boone has him alone, and he wants to know about the treasure. Maybe you can tell us about that.
Is this before or after Mowgli sees the picture of King Louie? He's like, oh, I've seen that hat before.
It's around that same time, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I think Captain Boone, Wesley, just straight up asked Robin Hood himself, just asked Mowgli, right? Hey, can you take me to the treasure, the Monkey City? Like, where'd you get this? And he says no, because it's not the way of the jungle. Isn't that the long and short of it? Like you it's like a threshold you can't cross if you don't follow the law of the jungle. You'd never be able to get in.
Yeah, because it's like right after Boone like explains how to like rip out a man's stomach with a fancy knife.
Oh,
Very odd. Very
Mhm.
odd.
Yeah, that thing's crazy though. I kind of like it.
It is cool. I thought it was dope as a kid. I was like, that's amazing. That's something out of Mortal Kombat right there.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to go, let me show you my Iron Maiden.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. And the thing about that scene too is Mowgli's not even put off about like the brutal violence of the weapon. He's more like, oh, but then you would eat him, right? like you would eat
your enemy, right?
You'd eat this man.
Like to his jungle ways, like that's the whole law of the jungle, right? That it stands by is if you kill, it's to eat or to survive, not to have enemies, which they have their whole like back and forth conversation. But we are skipping past the legend of Kunaman, where like Buldeo tells him about like the secret monkey lost city of treasure, like the legend of the hidden temple, kind of like design of like the gold everywhere there. So then that's what gives Boone the idea of, we must use this jungle man to our advantage.
All right, what's this all about?
What it is all about, my good Captain Sahib, is the lost city of Hanuman. Yes, I know the legend.
It is not a legend.
Oh, no, Sahib. Most certainly it is not. Many thousand years ago, in time of Hanuman, deep in the heart of Black Jungle, there was a most magnificent city. Our people in Asia are traveling there for chance to save their souls.
Bought their way into heaven, did they?
Ah, yes. And the treasures, they are piling higher and higher. Till one day, Black Jungle is becoming very angry and is swallowing the whole city.
And it was lost forever.
And all these centuries, it's been waiting for the right men to come and find her.
Men like us.
Lots of men have gone in search of lost city, but no one is ever returning.
To go into the Black Jungle is to invite death. Understand?
Unless, of course, one knows the way.
The Jungle Boy.
Precisely. But getting his cooperation may take some persuasion.
You brought up that Buldeo guy a couple times. I think he's fucking awesome, and he's like one of the one of two actually Bollywood actors in this movie. And he's, for those who aren't as familiar, like he's usually wearing like the darker turban, right? Like he's like a local who is now partnered with him. I really like that guy, Ronnie. I don't know if you liked him at all, but I'm glad they had real Bollywood people in this movie shot in India and the story that takes place in India.
Yeah, well, like I didn't remember from the first half, but then like he does the legend, and then the end, like he sticks around because they need more people to kill off as bad guys later. But yeah, I thought he was good. I actually wrote down like the legend because I was like, oh, this is cool, because like this is the part I kind of woke up from. I was like, oh, cool, more adventure-y, Indiana Jones kind of stuff. So I was excited for like the treasury kind of stuff. So I like all that stuff with the sort of the evil side characters and their plot to use Mowgli. So that's when like I woke up out of my sad coma of like the love story, because the love story really bugged me because I just kept saying Mowgli just wants to fuck.
Can you blame him?
And who doesn't?
It's fair. Like I get it, but like besides him being man and she being Jane, I don't get what he sees in her besides like, she's just fine, and like yeah, but like, and I don't get what she sees in him besides my other lover is a dickhead. So you're the guy there, but the love story kind of made me giggle and kind of gave me like Attack of the Clones vibes when they're by like the lake, and she asks him, oh, how'd you feel when you saw me? He goes, I felt great fire. I'm like, okay, we get it.
It's go time.
Felt tightness in pants.
The look on his face when he says it. Great horniness. Overwhelming horniness. Because he doesn't know that word yet.
If you could have spoken to me the first time in the jungle, would you have said, oh? Did you Did you feel anything?
Fire.
Fire.
A great fire.
Oh. It's late. We better go.
Please, stay here. With me.
I can't. There are conventions, formalities. Things that are just not done. I must do what's civilized.
What must I do?
It's very Attack of the Clones in the sense of just no chemistry between these two people.
You gotta create it somehow.
Yeah.
So you might as well, through dialogue, go choice by proximity, Mowgli. What do you mean to say? You're close to my age. You're good looking. Carrie Elwes is a dickhead. What do you mean to say?
Mm-hmm. That should be enough.
Yeah.
Jason Scott Lee, he looks great shape and everything, but
Good looking
I think
dude.
he is about 10 years older than her.
Yeah. I mean,
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Around this time, probably doesn't
it's
matter.
the 90s.
Yeah.
But Mowgli, he will not tell Captain William Boone where the Monkey City, as he calls it, is. Especially after he's shown like the taxidermy room. He has like his Ace Ventura moment.
Yeah.
Right?
I wrote that down too.
Yeah, they probably should have locked the door to that room. He like moseys in and he has like a mini meltdown in there.
Yeah, with I get this total nature, when nature calls vibes because he walks in. I think this came out after Ace Ventura 2, right? It was 93?
They were pretty close.
Okay. Well, it's like in Ace Ventura 2, it's obviously comedic. It zooms in and like the camera sways back and forth. And then in this movie, it does like the zoom shots of the dead animals. But I just kept thinking of Ace's head go and just reacting so over the top to it. So
This is a lovely room of death.
I want you to take me to this, Monkey City of yours.
No.
No? For heaven's sake, why not?
Only those who keep the jungle law may go.
My dear boy, I'm a British officer. My job is to keep the law.
You keep not the jungle law.
Look here. I don't know about any jungle law, but I do keep man's law. And man's law rules around here.
Man has many laws, most about killing. You kill for sport, and anger, and treasure. The jungle laws say we may only kill to eat, or to keep from being eaten.
You know, you almost sound like a man, instead of an animal that's been trained to sound like one.
The more I learn what is a man, the more I want to be an animal.
I hunt animals, you know.
Maybe someday you hunt me.
Oh yeah, but it's great because then you get your morals, like you said. Mowgli's like naive and super like kind. He has his very simple law of the jungle, and Boone's like, "You might call me a hunter." He goes, "Yeah, no shit, dude. You've murdered all my friends."
Someday you may hunt me.
Exactly. There's definitely some tension between the two of them, right? He's like threatening Mowgli essentially. But Stevie, I'm hoping you can talk about this next scene. It moves on to kind of like a big party, dance, ball, banquet kind of thing, right?
Yeah, and it does a thing that I can't stand that movies do, because I feel like the Karate Kid really put a staple on it. But you know what I'm talking about, Pat.
What? What is it? What?
Well, we'll get to it, but we get to the big party. I do like the dancing scenes between Jason Scott Lee and Lena Headey. I think it's great. I like the way it's shot. I like the kind of the set pieces around this. I love the
costumes.
The costumes
are
are
cool.
brilliant. You know, we get the surprise impromptu proposal. Great power play by Carrie Elwes. Great power play.
Yeah.
William had that in the back pocket. Like, all right, we gotta get stuff in order here. You know, it surprised everybody, including Lena Headey. Played it great. And then they do this thing that really pisses me off, because they've been talking down to Mowgli all night. He just wants to run outside and cry. That's all he wants to do. Wants to go find his Baloo or his Bagheera, have a hug, have a good cry. Instead, they do this thing where the high school football team gangs up on him, start shoulder checking him, and then throw him into a table of desserts, which is exactly what happens in The Karate Kid, and it pisses me off. And I really don't like how just people at parties like this have to laugh. Like, if I saw that, I would run over to somebody and try to help them up.
You'd be shocked.
You'd be shocked. You'd be like, oh my God, what's going on? Like, I would try to, like, get them up, and then...
What if he was brown?
What's wrong with you, Korey?
And possibly Chinese, or maybe Indian. We don't know for sure.
Well, as a kid, he was Hispanic, but then you're Chinese, all right? So definite yes.
Again, I couldn't confirm the Hispanic kid, but I am assuming.
But, like, I feel like the whole set around this whole thing looks brilliant. It's an awesome shot.
It is.
Like, the camera movements between the characters is great. The full focus, rack focus, like, it's great. And then we just, you know, end up on slapstick. It kind of bummed me out.
There's one scene in there, which again, there's like 2 or 3 scenes permanently burned into my memory, and I think this may have been in a trailer or like on a VHS that I saw, but Mowgli is approached by 2 British aristocrats, and they kind of look down their fans at him, and he, again, like the Karate Kid, catches a fly out of the air and pretends to eat it, disgusting the women who walk away, and then he releases the fly in the air. Like that, I don't know why I know that scene so well, but it's like that, the quicksand, and the aging are like the big 3 for me in terms of scenes.
Stephen Summers, if you're out there, we remember.
Yeah.
I do like the power dynamic of that scene because it's like they look down on Mowgli, so like he embraces like the primitive being that they see when they look at him by like catching a fly and pretending to eat it. It's almost like he kind of wins that exchange. There's no words that are said, but it's a little bit of an exchange that I think is kind of cool. It's like he's embracing this like version of him that they see to kind of like come on top of that. I like that a lot. It also is very much Karate Kid though, because you got like the blonde-haired villain who is pursuing the woman, like onlooking this whole thing, and they dance together.
Into a table of desserts.
Yeah, they kind of try to do like the clash of cultures, but in a Disney family-friendly movie, they're not going to get into the intricacies and the evils of colonialism. Besides, they rich and mean and pushed him and have money, and he's so perfect as a non-rich British person. But yeah.
Sam Neill has really embraced the culture. He looks very comfortable in the
turban
headdress. Yeah.
Yeah, he has.
Yes. He's so immersed in the culture while he has all the Indians doing all the work for him. Yeah.
They're serving the drinks. Yeah.
I say, this tea is delightful, while he's using an Indian person as a footrest.
Yes.
You chaps have really got it figured out.
He knows Mowgli's dad. His dad helped him get into this jungle, set up all this. He died in his arms. Then he abandons the kid, doesn't feel any remorse to like help him when he gets pushed into like the dessert table. Just lets him go and goes, huh, that guy can run fast. And just like, doesn't care. Just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, the only thing he says is like, okay, kitty, you either got to get married or get the fuck away from Mowgli, because I do not like the way.
The townsfolk, they're talking, all right? The streets are talking. Can't have it.
I can't show my face in the polo club at all since you're hanging out with Mowgli.
I know this is like taking probably way too far of a step back, Korey, but how fucking crazy is it that little island controlled the whole Indian subcontinent? Like, that shit's nuts, right? Like, that's... I will say this, like, yeah, of course it doesn't deal with the intricacies of it, but at least they're all, like, really shitty people. Like, it's crazy that Britain ruled India. It's weird to think about. Like, that's pretty horrific and bad and nuts.
You know what? It all ended with beans on toast, Pap. So you know what? They're the biggest losers, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Now, Mowgli does, like, storm out at this party, but not when he's bullied. It's not when he's, like, pushed into the dessert table. It's when the big engagement is announced between Captain William Boone and Kitty. That's when Mowgli's, like, heart breaks, right? When John Cleese has to explain to him in simple terms what has just happened. So, Mowgli leaves the party. You know, he's sad. He's dejected. Actually, I think he does get bullied right after, but I think, you know, the engagement announcement is probably the biggest factor. And there's a moment where Kitty follows him, and they have an exchange, Mowgli and Kitty, And this moment always stuck out to me as a kid because I thought it was like so deep and profound, right? When Mowgli says, "I'm not a man, and I am not an animal."
I run with the wolf pack. You must run with the human pack.
Mowgli! Mowgli, where are you going?
To my home.
You can't go back. You're not an animal, you're a man.
I am not a man! And I am not an animal.
Please don't leave.
Why should I stay? I run with the wolf pack.
Wolf pack is back, cause I'm mass destruction. Guess who's here? The bad boys are wrestling. Testing competition, win the war, that's their mission.
Yeah, very deep moment for me as a a very small child, obviously. But looking at it now, I was like, it's pretty corny.
Corny, but I think it looks sick. That bridge to nowhere with the torches going up it, like.
Do you see him stop running?
At the top?
Yeah, it's awesome. He stops.
He gets to the top of the
and cut.
He hits his mark.
Cut.
Your mark is here and to the trailer. It's awesome.
I do have to agree with you, Pappy, though. Like a lot of this movie, this does look really great. The whole ball scene, including this. And then this is, of course, where Kitty calls off the proposal with William. And in the next scene is forced to move back to England.
You know, I think you owe me an apology.
There's been a mistake, William.
Mistake?
I can't marry you. I won't marry you.
No, Catherine. I think it is you who is mistaken. I realize this adolescent infatuation you have with a savage has addled your brain. But I cannot allow you to make a fool of me, and I will not lose you to some puerile jungle boy.
Yeah, so before we get into like the England kind of like the third act there, so one of like the major like themes of all the Jungle Book movies and books and stuff is like the dichotomy of being of the jungle or being of man. Mowgli never belongs anywhere. And it's always kind of like every movie does it a little bit differently. The book is like Mowgli becomes an asshole. Like he's supposed to be like our protagonist, but then at one point he basically uses his manness to lord over the animals and then convinces the elephants to destroy an Indian village because one of the hunters wants to kill him. And like I feel like it's really fucked up and evil. So then like I'm thinking in this movie too, like what are you trying to say here? Is I guess it also goes to the ending too. Like I don't get what this movie's trying to say about where does Mowgli belong. I don't know what they're eventually getting to, but this is what every
Mowgli
jungle book
breaks the jungle law.
in the book. Okay, the jungle law is nonsense. Every iteration has its own nonsense, and then Rudyard Kipling even breaks the jungle law because I think he realized people like the Mowgli stories.
The author?
Yeah, because he wrote the Mowgli stories and then he stopped because he's like, I'm done with the story because he kills Shere Khan in the short stories. But then I think he made more money, so he comes back and then writes these other short stories that fill in between those gaps to make more money, and he breaks the jungle law all the time. It doesn't matter. It's arbitrary to like whatever they need for the movie and stuff.
So we led to believe that in this movie, though, Mowgli would have to eat Wesley because of the jungle law implications, right?
Well, the anaconda eats him, right? Oh, not the anaconda, like the python eats him.
Oh, he eats him whole? I guess that's what they do. So, never mind. He's good. Would he have to eat? I guess no, Ka was trying to eat him. Okay. Well, the internal logic's pretty consistent.
It goes full circle there.
Yeah.
You're right, it works.
The jungle law works in this movie. In the universes of different Jungle Book, there's no consistency for what jungle law actually is. It all depends on the moment and the movie there. But I just don't get what this Jungle Book is saying. Like, is Mowgli of both worlds? Because he really forgets about his friends when he's getting pampered in like the British like castle kind of area. He doesn't once say, "Oh man, I miss Baloo or Bagheera," and then like when he comes back, there's like, "Hey, welcome back, buddy. We missed you." Like there's no like sad bear Bagheera thing. Just it is what it is.
Baloo takes a fucking bullet for him, like, and Mowgli.
I'm cold, Mowgli. I'm so cold. Why can't they speak?
I'm seeing the darkness, Mowgli. What does it mean?
Dude, that's the movie. He doesn't speak up until that point, and then says,
I can't taste my honey, Mowgli. I can't remember honey. Help me, Mowgli.
Jason Scott Lee cradling the bear is insane.
Yeah, dude.
It's supposed to be like a heavy moment, and I look at it and I'm just like, damn, that's funny.
He ugly cries so perfectly when he's running through the jungle. It's so funny. I was just laughing to myself.
Oh man, that was so profound to me too when I was a kid. Like after Baloo gets shot and like Mowgli running through the jungle and like the color palette changes, you know, it's all gray and sad and the ugly crying. I was like, no, they hurt his friend.
And he's running with the pack and Bagheera. It's like, let's go.
And this does kind of kick off where things go next, because Mowgli goes back to Manstown to find the doctor, John Cleese, the surgeon, to fix up Baloo. But John Cleese, along with Sam Neill and Kitty, they have made their way out, right? They have their trip back to England, apparently, to deliver Kitty so she can find a husband, right, Pappy?
Mm-hmm. So she's out of there until, what was his name, Ronnie? The guy who I said I liked?
Bodeo?
Bodeo. He kind of looks like Frank Zappa. I forgot to mention
that.
Yeah, like
a little bit.
Yeah. He's leading a band of locals, and they attack, throwing off the wagon train on their way out of town.
They like kill a lot of Sam Neill's men.
Oh yeah, big time. A lot of them are killed. Sam Neill doesn't make the connection that Cary Elwes is involved until Cary Elwes shows up. He's like, "What is he doing here? Like this, you weren't supposed to include him." So, pretty big betrayal.
And Sam Neill does like the most British thing ever. I'm in charge of you. I'm your superior officer. You must listen to me now after you've murdered everyone. You kidnapped everyone. But now you will listen to me because I am the general or whatever my rank is. And he's like, oh yeah, no.
That's not happening. Yeah. So we can be drawn and quartered? I don't think so.
Which is a great response. I love that.
Yeah.
I'm evil and I want gold.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank God. What is he doing here?
That wasn't part of the plan, now was it, Bodeo?
It was a mistake. Captain Boo, I to understand you're with this scum.
Much to my surprise, sir, I have many friends in low places.
Sergeant Harley? I've had 25 years of the likes of you without making a penny from it, so don't you Sergeant Harley me, you silly wee man. God, I've never had such insubordination. You're all soldiers in the British Army. You're under my command, and I order you to return to the fort immediately.
Be hung, drawn, and quartered? No, I'm afraid that won't do at all.
This is treason!
Mowgli, then, it's one of my favorite shots of the movie.
Dude.
So, go ahead. You said...
No, you go. I'll just comment.
So, yeah, all this is happening. Like, Cary Elwes is revealing his betrayal. He's, like, basically, like, threatening to assault Kitty. Like, it's very intense. And then Mowgli says, I have something to say about that, or something like that.
From the trees.
Yeah, this crazy focus to him on the tree, just like appearing over.
They try to steal like the Raiders of the Lost Ark shot, where like Indy's on top of the hill with like the RPG, whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's Mowgli just standing there and no way threatening, just like, hey there.
Yeah.
So I'll say this about the whole ambush scene: great action, right?
Mm-hmm.
Missed opportunities. We're not too far removed from it in this point in period in time. I feel like if you put some Welcome to the Jungle, Appetite for Destruction,
dude,
when the animals are attacking and ambushing, you would have a masterpiece on your hands.
You think that would help?
Just hear the you hear like the slash on guitar. It would have helped. I feel like it would have helped this movie just a little bit.
I did not think about Guns N' Roses as something this movie was missing, but
it was missing.
How could you do this?
You don't know what's at the end of the rainbow, my sweet.
Why have you brought us?
I will answer that.
Right on time.
That are is it CCR, like the something through the jungle, don't do the jungle. What song is that? I can't remember what the song is now.
Run from the jungle.
Yeah, that
one. Okay, it's not a Vietnam movie, Ronnie.
It should be.
This is good.
Take us to the treasure and she'll live.
I will take you there, and we will see who lives.
So now our villains, led by Carrie Elwes, who is Captain William Boone, they have Kitty hostage. They have Kitty's father, Sam Neill's character, hostage, and he's been shot, so he's hurt. And Mowgli agrees to lead them to Monkey City, as they call it. But there is a little bit of a hitch, Pappy, because their party is being hunted by Shere Khan. He's back, Pappy.
So, like I said, somehow Shere Khan returned from somewhere where
He goes on sabbatical.
Again.
Twice a year.
I mean, again, just to take it outside of the context of the movie, though, this is like one of the most unimaginably scary things I could ever experience, I would think. Like, right, like being in the jungle, knowing you're being hunted by a tiger, and it's nighttime, and you gotta try and sleep. That would be sheer Khan, more like sheer terror. Right? But yeah. Also, we learned that like Mowgli was capable of escaping at any time, because only once he knows that Shere Khan is attacking, he's like, all right, well then I'm gonna escape.
Done and dusted, boys.
So what was his, like, he was just choosing to be with them the whole time? Like, it's very odd. And by the way he escapes is Bagheera eats through the ropes in his... It's crazy.
A real panther.
Again, but they can't talk. He knows how to free them, but...
Yeah, this whole, like, motivation didn't make sense, because he's like, oh yeah, we're gonna be safe. Nope, I'm gonna escape now to go kill Shere Khan to protect you, Kitty. So then he leaves.
He's like, don't worry though, I'll eat him.
Yeah, I'll kill him and then eat him. It's going to take a while to skin
the law
him.
of the jungle, obviously.
But then, like, he doesn't do that at all. He forgets about it, and then the whole movie forgets about it because it comes back later. But it was so baffling of like what the motivation was. Because if he can just get free, why not just kill Boone and them? And because it's for survival, whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
I'll eat him too. I'll eat whoever I kill.
Don't worry.
Now, Pappy, what was Shere Khan's motivation in the original movie? I don't remember. I remember he was definitely more of a presence, and he could talk, so that's a big difference. But what was his thing?
Man, yeah. And he's a bit of a... what would be the word for this? And he's kind of a queen, right? He's got the whole Disney...
He's a little extra.
Yeah,
he's a little spicy.
Yeah, but he's just kind of like he's...
Oh, Shere Khan's zesty in the original?
He is, right?
He's very zesty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But also, anti-colonialism.
Element of surprise? Oh, I say. And now for my rendezvous with the little lost man cub.
What he's saying, though, is like man in the forest. Like, we can't have man in the jungle because man presents threat to all the jungle. Like, shame on all those who support this. We need to pretty much... Like, he's not wrong. I get what he's saying.
Sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mowgli can't be there. It's kind of insane.
What about the book, Ronnie? Like, does he have? What's he about in the book?
And is he gay?
No, he's just British. So
what's the difference? Am I right? Wait now.
America #1. Yeah. In the short stories, Shere Khan just hates mankind because he's just doesn't trust mankind, and then they call him mangy because Shere Khan keeps killing mankind's cattle, and it kind of like makes him kind of infected into like a weird kind of a crazy tiger. What's really cool in the second Jungle Book, like the book itself, like they did this really cool like backstory of like how the jungle came to, and it's all like the tiger's fault because the tigers are super like jealous of mankind, and then like they kill mankind and brings fear into the jungle. Whatever. It's a bunch of nonsense. But in like the book, he just hates Mowgli for what he represents of man, and then like man is encroaching on the jungle's area, which doesn't make sense because Kipling like fucking was so pro-colonialism. That's why none of these Jungle Book movies or adaptations make sense of like, I don't get what they're trying to say, because you could say Shere Khan represents like the white people encroaching and killing with like, you know, emptily, like not caring.
Mm-hmm.
But then Mowgli is very like, no, I'm in charge of the jungle now. So he's saying like he's the colonialist. So I don't really know. I've watched too many and read too many things for Jungle Book to make any sense of this nonsense.
Well, when Mowgli does escape the camp, he is pursued by Harley, the Scottish soldier. Right, Stevie? But Harley does not catch up to Mowgli. He falls into a pit of quicksand.
Really bummed he didn't scream "Ami sweets" as he was going into the quicksand, but
yeah, my sweets.
Ami sweets. Yeah, I mean, I feel like as a kid in the '90s, this was like on 4 other movies where quicksand was going to be a problem I would come across at some point in my life.
It's the John Mulaney stand-up. I thought quicksand would be a bigger problem.
Yeah, it never was.
I mean, he said it, but we were all thinking it our whole lives, right? Like
it's like, I mean, as a kid, this scared the crap out of me because I was like, well, where is quicksand?
Yeah.
Like, how do you get out of it? They didn't tell us.
Could be anywhere.
Like,
it could be in a Walmart. Like,
it could
you know,
be
like...
anywhere. Like no one ever told us. Like, hey, here's how you get out of it. Here's how you wade through it. It was just, when you're in it, you're in it. And I mean, as like an actual like set piece or scene, it looks really cool. Like, it looks like disgusting as can be. The stakes are there. He's getting pulled down by something, and he's pretty much drowned in asphalt. Everyone's kind of dismay. And the children that are still left in the theaters with their parents are horrified.
Oh, yeah.
If they're still here, the parents have failed.
Like, every review that I like read mentioned the quicksand as something they remembered from as a kid. And I 1000% can remember where I was in my cousin Adam's basement when I saw the quicksand. I had to stand up because it was making me so nervous. I had moved closer to the stairs, and I was just so unsettled by this scene that it did stick with me in a profound way. And you're right, it's just like the quicksand in cartoons is like a light brown and like a little bit more
this
like
is pitch.
You slowly sink. This was just like he's getting sucked into this black, disgusting, like he's an asphalt-looking substance. It's horrific. It's one of the scariest things in a Disney movie I've ever seen, honestly.
It's pretty nuts, you know. His buddy's trying to save him, and he just can't do it. Even though he's a villain, and you know this guy is a pretty bad villain. It's a scary thought to put yourself in his shoes, for sure. And talking about remembering this movie, I saw this movie when it came out, and I love this movie, but even at the time, it wasn't a movie that a lot of people I knew of had seen, unlike, to mention again, Hook, right? Which like everyone my age had seen. I would talk about this movie with people, and some had seen it, some hadn't. So it was kind of special to me. I was like, it was even a hidden gem kind of at the time. And I remember the one and only time my dad took me to the Disneyland Hotel. They had the Disney Channel, which was a premium channel at the time. They had that on the hotel TV, and I went to that channel, and this movie was on. So this movie will forever remind me of that very particular Disneyland trip. So loads of nostalgia associated to this movie for me, just kind of as an aside.
I never heard of it, but then my wife and I were watching it last night, and then she was a Disney kid, like loved Disney movies, still does. Disney crap is why I have to go see all those live action like remakes, is because she forces me to go.
Sure.
Well, I forced her to go see really fucked up weird horror things, so you know, marriage is fun. Compromise.
It evens out.
It does. It does balance.
You take her to the Substance, she takes you to Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, both of same caliber of film, obviously. But
yeah, sure.
But like I asked her, have you seen this? And she goes, I don't remember. And then the moment the Mowgli grabs Bagheera's tail, she goes, oh, I remember this shit. and then I asked her, wait, they don't talk? She goes, oh yeah, they don't talk at all. I'm like, really? That's crazy.
Yeah, this was on Disney Channel a little bit, and it's crazy that that scene was on Disney Channel. And actually, I just looked it up. Michael Eisner did a video introduction for this on Disney Channel, like where he would like introduce the movies. I hate to ask you, editor Korey, but if you could play that clip or just part of it, because that's too nostalgic for me. Michael Eisner
I
introducing.
love a good Michael Eisner story.
I'm here with Mickey and Minnie and a very special guest, Baloo, to introduce Disney's classic animated feature, Jungle Book. Hello, I'm Michael Eisner, head of the Walt Disney Company. Apparently, Baloo has convinced himself that there's a huge and frightening creature loose somewhere here in the Disney background. He thinks it might be Shere Khan, the treacherous tiger who scares everyone in tonight's feature. You can relax, Baloo. There are no tigers on this background.
Michael. Okay, boss. He said he saw a weird creature walking around back here. It had a huge head and really big feet. He's really scared, Michael.
Wait a second. What's that?
There it is.
Hi, guys.
That's the ugliest thing I ever saw.
What a great day for a walk. Yes, Baloo has never seen a Goofy before. You know, Goofy, you do have a huge head.
And big feet.
I love how Michael Eisner, though, like, felt the need to insert himself into so much like Disney material at the time.
So much shit.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I'm Walt Disney. I'm going in. Like, you know. Yeah. His whole position about being the new Walt Disney was very strange. But like he would announce like ride changes and stuff. There'd be like a video. I think he was in the insane Splash Mountain video promotion that they made. Like they made kind of like an extended commercial for that when the ride was new. But yeah, he was always inserting himself.
Yeah, he would introduce like the weekly movie of the week on Disney Channel. He's just not a lot of egos in the Disney Suite in the 90s. Just pretty humble guys. all
humble, no one fighting over anything. Yeah.
Pretty chill dudes.
Now back in the movie, guys, Sam Neill, Bryden, he gets left behind. You know, he's shot, and Cary Elwes' troops, they leave him behind. So Mowgli catches up with him and rescues him, puts him on the back of an elephant, and kind of like sends him back into town. And Mowgli is still pursuing Cary Elwes and the gang. He's not with them anymore. He's kind of following them. And there's a scene where Mowgli's like ambushed by one of them. And there's kind of like a one-on-one fight scene. That's with the big-ass Indian dude. Stevie, do you remember that?
Yeah, once again, a 90s staple. You gotta fight on top of a cliff. It's a 90s staple. You have to fight on a cliff. Also, one of the cooler death scenes that you can put on a blue screen, I suppose. I feel like it just would have been a little... It reminded me a lot of Mac and Me, honestly.
Yeah. The falling.
The falling. Like I said... Obviously, our character is bested. He's concussed. He's about to get his head bashed in by a giant boulder because, you know, the guy's going to do it. And Mowgli, in the last split second, gets up in time, does a jet kick to both of his ACLs, breaks them immediately. And then the weight of the rock he's holding is so heavy that he doesn't let go.
Right, yeah.
It's so entrenched. Even though his knees were just blown out right there, he can't let go. His hands are frozen. He can't let go. Right. This thing weighs 200 pounds. He can't let go. It's a wild thing to watch.
All he has to do is move his arms 6 inches apart.
All he has to do is literally let go, and he is fine. Everything is A-okay. But I'll say this. This is probably one of the worst CGI moments of the entire movie.
It's real bad.
You need to just throw a dummy off a cliff and say, okay, we got it. You don't have to show a face. Like, when Alan Rickman did it for Die Hard, he was falling off the side of a building. Like, that's his actual face, his actual body, in the air,
famously dropped before he was ready to be dropped.
Exactly.
Like,
famously.
Yeah.
That's him. That's very cool.
Oh my God.
This, we get a lot of body gyrating, a lot of blue screen, a lot of... screen peeking through, as we call it, where it's like, I don't know how you're gonna do this. And it's probably one of the most horrifically memorable parts of the entire movie.
The movie's already 2 hours. Just cut this 10 seconds. It's not worth it. It looks like shit. Why?
It's Mac and Me.
How did this survive the final
How
cut?
did
It's
Steven
crazy.
Summers look at this and go, yeah.
And it's just like it is just a split second of that shot where he's like falling backwards, but it's so bad and it
stands out. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then you get to see the Cersei Lannister creep up in Kitty, you know, as she comments on this.
What a shame. Well, shall we continue?
She says, let's eat him.
Mowgli dives down after him and eats him.
Waste nothing.
Jungle Law!
Mowgli does actually dive down because they immediately like draw their guns on Mowgli, right? So he has to do
And
this
it
big
looks
jump.
great.
Now that's a
cool.
real stunt. That's someone jumping
Yeah.
off a cliff, man.
So instead of going off the other side of the cliff, like the way he came up there, he's just going
Backwards?
like
Yeah.
I just gotta go jump towards the bullets. That's the safest route.
That's part of the jungle law as well.
Jungle law.
I do like that shot of Mowgli jumping off that waterfall. It's a huge jump. They slow-mo it. They really hang on it. It's just cool to see because it's a real person.
Since you mentioned it, can we give a shout out to all the stunt coordinators and stunt people running away from tigers and lions and jumping off a ship, because high quality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. The animal handling in this movie is nuts.
As Sam Neill would say, the production spared no expense.
Wilkins! You bloody shot me!
Oops.
Wilkins! I am going to kill you! Oh my God! I've been shot!
Now, Shere Khan is still on the hunt, and he does make his way to Boone's last remaining henchman, which is Wilkins and Buldeo.
So then Mowgli leaves to go get Shere Khan, but then doesn't get Shere Khan. So then, returning for the third time, maybe back for the third time, is Shere Khan. They hear the growl. This movie's basically just animal sounds just in the background because no one's actually talking. So there's the Shere Khan is coming back, and then I think Wilkins and Buldeo get separated from the group because Boone and Kitty run off to the final confrontation scene, and then instead of running with them, so Wilkins is carrying his gun around. He can't load it properly. Just turns and fires at the first thing he sees, which is Buldeo. He gets shot in the
This
leg.
is a soldier, by the way. This is a trained soldier in the military.
But he is cracking because the night before he hears all the animal sounds and he realizes that I'm gonna die because I'm just a soldier and I'm not high, like a top booked build on the movie, so I'm definitely gonna die here. He's basically like walking around like wearing a red shirt, and he's gonna die.
Yeah, he's hosed.
He's fucked. So then, so he panics, shoots Buldeo. Then Wilkins runs and turns, and then face to face with Shere Khan, and he surely shits his pants because he gets punched in the mouth and killed by a tiger, like you do in this movie. And then Buldeo runs off to the final boss battle against Mowgli and goes into like the mummy temple, which I don't know if it's like the exact same temple that Summers used in '99, but it gives me a lot of those like Egyptian temple vibes for sure.
Yeah, and we'll get into some of that because there's kind of like some traps in there. But before we do, a memorable moment to me is Wilkins unable to like load his rifle because of how shaky and nervous he is. Like I'll forever remember that scene. It's a standout for me. I think I don't know. I found it fascinating as a kid to see someone like that terrified on screen. And then the other memorable moment is when Shere Khan gets his ass, and it's kind of an extended scene of a lion or a tiger wrestling with a man, right, Pappy?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he's eating them. It's the law of the jungle.
There's a real man and a tiger entangled for quite a while. It's pretty nuts. But like, there's also something else this movie does, where like when it shows the side profile of an actor and an animal, it's like definitely noticeably composited, right?
Blue screen, yeah, it's awful.
Yeah.
It's real bad. I like in that sequence there's like a close up of Wilkins, and it's one of the great like Charlie Sheen in The Arrival levels of just sweatiness of his face. Yeah, it's just all-time sweaty performance for Wilkins when he's facing Shere Khan.
How is that left in the movie?
Which one?
When he's having an orgasm in front of a tiger.
You didn't like it? I liked
No!
it. I thought it looked cool.
It looked ridiculous.
He's freaking out. What do you mean?
His hips are gyrating. What are you talking about?
Have you ever stood face to face to Shere Khan?
No, but I know what an orgasm is.
Well, maybe you'd have one if you did. You don't know that.
It's not kink shame, gentlemen, okay? It's not kink shame.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing with the humans and the animals is you'll never get to see anything like this made ever again.
No.
Again, Korey, your favorite phrase, you couldn't make The Jungle Book today. You actually could not make this movie today.
No. Yeah.
You literally couldn't. There's not enough people who know how to train animals to do this kind of stuff anymore.
Yeah. A lot of this is illegal, I think, now.
Yeah.
The insurance premiums alone would bankrupt the studio.
Dude. Yeah.
But the last remaining goon after Wilkins gets mauled is Buldeo, who follows Cary Elwes into the temple, but he's pursuing Mowgli, right? So Mowgli's in there, and he's with Buldeo, who has a gun on him, but he is injured. And this is where we get some real, like, Indiana Jones style trap temple shenanigans, right, Stevie?
I mean, yeah, there are a few pranks played. This is the stuff I love about this movie, right? Set pieces. They look great. The pranks of the sand coming in on the tomb. You know, Buldeo has the shot leg, can't move. And, you know, it's pretty much that idea of he's chasing Mowgli, trying to shoot him. Sand's blasting in everywhere. He's injured, can't get up. And if I remember correctly, the tomb comes in on top, or the building comes in on top of him, right?
Mm-hmm. Or the sand? Yeah.
Like the sand, like, pretty much weighs him down where he can't get out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Which is, like, lowering the ceiling.
And then he trapped inside.
Yeah, and he's like trying to like also do a lift up motion. Not gonna help, buddy. It just looks like on film. You know, I don't think they're using CGI in this. It looks fantastic, especially like when he's like getting hit over the head with it, filling it on the sides, rising from it. Like good direction here.
It looks fantastic, even to the point where like George R.R. Martin wrote a short story in the like Duncan Egg books, where like almost this exact thing happens to one of the characters in a dream, and it'll probably be in the new show. And by the way, he wrote this like 4 years after the scene happened in this movie, so maybe he copied it. Like I said, looks great, but I gotta say, specifically to Ronnie, this shit is not Jungle Book. You know, this is like, I don't know what this is, but like
it was a different movie. I've been trying to say this.
This is a different thing than any Jungle Book has ever had. A prank like this.
A prank.
No, in the recent like Jungle Book remake, Mowgli's shtick is he makes traps and does like, you know, kind of like Home Alone kind of style, like traps and gadgets to kind of
no way
outsmart Shere Khan in a way. But no, not to this level of brutality. Kevin McAllister would be very proud of this Mowgli for sure.
This movie also like distinctly reminds me of Disney, because the whole Monkey City temple scene and just like the vibe of like the era in which this movie takes place, it reminds me of two Disney rides, which Stevie may know. One of them is the Jungle Cruise, like when you're in line for the Jungle Cruise and you're seeing like the queue decorations that are like very distinct. And the other one is the Indiana Jones ride, which is specific to Disneyland. You've been there, right, Stevie?
I have.
Yeah, the queue is very much like this part of the movie.
Also, in Florida, it's no longer there. It's now like Mickey's. It's a Mickey right now. But you did have one called the Great Movie Ride, where this reminds me a lot of that. Just kind of these extravagant set pieces.
Wilkins!
You could die too, you know.
He won't let me die. You're hurting me.
Behave yourself, and I won't.
Follow King Louis to your treasure.
Damn.
Well, Pappy, maybe you can take us into where William and Kitty end up in the treasure room / gladiator pit.
Yeah. Before all this happens, Louis is also like taunting them to get them to come into the treasure room. Like he's making faces and doing the he wants to see them fight.
It's
basically.
Thunderdome. It's fight night.
Yeah. Yeah. And like an emperor, he dons his crown and watches Korey Elwes and Mowgli get into a one-sided sword fight, which Mowgli's doing a lot of dodging and using props around him to try to avoid the sword. Had Mowgli had an extra Law of the Jungle meal that morning, he would have gotten stabbed at one point because I guess he's sucking his tummy as far as he can to not get stabbed. So it's fine. I don't know. Like again, I think the best part is like this gallery of monkeys watching from on high while they fight, but this shit ain't Jungle Book, man. I don't know what this is.
This is action adventure, baby, as we were promised at the beginning of the movie.
So I'm so mixed on this movie because like for most of it I'm like beyond bored, but I kind of respect that like for a Disney movie, and I know there's theories about this being the name being tacked on, but for a Disney movie to not just directly ape the successful version of Jungle Book and do this, and they make a I don't know, quote unquote more realistic version. It interests my brain theoretically, yes, but just in execution, I think it's more boring. Besides just kind of appreciating like the sets and technical design, all the hard work put in to make this movie, it's really boring.
Yeah, the hard work though, it does stand out. I think while you're watching it, if you're a movie guy, you can't help but notice. And like I've said many times, it really puts forward in your mind this idea of what's lacking with modern iterations like this.
Yeah, and like based upon like a property where it's Mowgli and the animals, there's no goddamn animals in this movie, and the final confrontation is between like two men. If it was maybe a deeper movie, you could say, oh, this is the different ideologies, right? The British colonialism versus like the more natural world of India. But I don't think this movie is that deep. But you could, I guess you could make a more heady version of this.
You say there's no animals, but I'm watching it back now, and with every slash and duck, there's a reaction shot of the monkeys.
The monkeys are thoroughly entertaining.
Yeah.
Michael Eisner's on like the editing room floor. We need more monkeys. Slicing the monkeys.
They react just like people. I love it. But Mowgli does best. William, like he kind of wins the fight, but William's still alive, and William's just gonna grab a backpack full of treasure and make his way out. But Kaa, I guess, is back. It seems that Kaa has been resurrected like Sir Gregor Clegane. He has come back to life somehow. Or there's another Kaa. They got another big snake. I don't know.
Called up the next Kaa from the miners of the fighting pits. Like, okay, you're in now.
We need Kaa 2 in the Thunderdome. Kaa 2 in the Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Kaa is who ends up killing William Boone here, right? He falls into the water just like Mowgli did. Kind of fell into the same trap. You fall backwards into the water, then the snake goes in. But William is killed by the snake in this case.
No, he's killed by his greed.
Because of the backpack weighing him down?
Yeah.
The backpack are the treasures stolen from colonialism.
But why even introduce Kaa in there? Why not just have him trip and fall in the water and like the gold weigh him down?
Because then you're going to get to see this cool CGI Kaa shot.
Yeah, they got to reuse it.
Yeah.
And the other thing is too, is like Pap, you and I always talk about like lesser movies, right? A lesser movie would have done this.
Mm-hmm.
A better movie, because of optics, literally would have Korey Elwes pick up a sword, throw it away, and just try to fist fight. The idea that Korey Elwes would lose a sword fight on screen is insane.
He's the Dread Pirate Roberts. He's been training. I saw him beat Inigo
The
Montoya
idea that
with his left hand.
Mowgli would lose a fight to the Dread Pirate, would win a fight to Dread Pirate Roberts is insane.
Yeah.
A better movie would have had him pick it up, zoom in on a hand holding it, and shown him toss it away.
I could see that, yeah.
It would have been so meta, but so necessary at the same time.
Well, like, this movie needs like a plot device, like a clock is ticking to kind of to rush this along, because like I'm thinking like the Mummy, the pyramids like falling back into the sand again. So maybe like in this one, like I don't know, once you touch the secret treasure, it becomes Indiana Jones and things start falling apart, and then that
I don't know, man.
that leads Boone
I've
to-
seen a lot of 90s movies where like they end in a cave or a temple of some kind, and then it's suddenly collapsing. And I think I've seen it way too many times. I'm kind of glad it's not collapsing in this one inexplicably.
But then why doesn't Carrie Elwes just go, oh, righto, I know where it is now, and then go back and kill Sam Neill, and then just lead an expedition and come back later with horses again?
He's
Like,
too damn greedy.
He needs the treasure now.
Like, they'll forgive his insubordination. They're British because like there's tons of riches that they can steal from these Indians. Like yeah, they're cool with this. Like just okay, I'll see you later. Bye.
Yeah. One more for Her Majesty's collection. Great work.
The crown jewel.
Yeah, he'll be knighted.
What's happening?
Shere Khan sees me not as a man, but as a creature of the jungle.
But the final confrontation is not between Mowgli and Captain Boone. It's actually between Mowgli and Shere Khan, right, Pappy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as was foretold way back 2 hours ago when Mowgli was young in a dream, he looks at Shere Khan and does not feel fear. And is this a composite shot? Because if it is, it looks amazing, but it generally feels like this actor is standing face to face with a real tiger.
I feel like he put his life on the line.
It's crazy.
I feel like it was easier to hide the composite because I think it was like in like a cave, right? So it's a little bit darker. Maybe it's easier to hide that.
It
is composited, but it's
Okay.
like, yeah, it's right outside the cave. So the lighting is definitely better in this moment than it is in some of the well-lit jungle scenes earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I did see in the behind the scenes that like one of the reasons that Jason Scott Lee was chosen for this role was that like he had a good rapport with a lot of the animals, like particularly Baloo and stuff. And again, Ronnie, to your point, like the last line of this movie was very confusing, where Shere Khan accepts him because he sees him not as man, but as a creature of the jungle. So make of that what you will.
I thought the prophecy foretold 1,000 generations ago was that he was supposed to like defeat the Sith or become like a super tiger. Doesn't it say in the beginning of the movie like you're supposed to be a full tiger, go full tiger? I thought he was gonna like totally like anamorph and like become a tiger at the end. I was so disappointed when he didn't become Tiger Man.
He can warg into Shere Khan, like another Game of Thrones. Like, I don't know. It doesn't hit hard, Korey. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty like whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm ready for this to be done.
Well, like
at this point,
it builds up to like this big confrontation. Shere Khan kills his dad, and it's been foretold that he'll become full Tiger Man. And then we forget that Shere Khan comes back. Like with the fourth time he comes back, and then he just looks in his eyes and goes, "Now we cool." And then it just like this lollygags away to go hibernate again for 20 years until the next, British bullshit happens in this area.
we don't need Shere Khan in this movie.
We don't need a lot in this movie.
Yeah,
We're really reaching for stuff here at this certain point.
Well, like throughout the movie, there's tons of like those kind of like tiny little references. I think at one point John Cleese says bare necessities.
Thank you for inviting me, Dr. Bumford.
Oh, think nothing of it, my boy. Now, look at that. The colour and majesty of India, the exquisite manners and food of England, all the bare necessities of life.
And they say something else. Oh, like the King Louis, because like obviously like they're not gonna call him King Louis, but they
show the painting of
the
the
paintings
actual
there
King Louis.
to mention him. So then they have to say, well, you gotta have the tiger, because the tiger's in the book, it's in the kids thing, so you gotta shoehorn the tiger in. But my favorite scenes are the tiger hunting down people, because that shit's terrifying to watch on camera, an actual tiger attack those poor, like, animal wranglers.
What does pay off in this movie, though, is the flower kiss, right, Stevie? And thank God.
Finally, he can just answer the question, are we married now? And she'll go, yes.
Are they?
I mean,
Jungle Law.
To kid logic and Jungle Law, the kids in the theater who are still there and the parents have failed, yes, they're married now.
You've heard of common law marriages? These are jungle law.
These are Jungle Law marriages. That is, I mean, under a waterfall, making out after flower, that's marriage.
Yeah.
To a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old in this film, they're married now.
She belongs to him.
And she belongs to the jungle, so I mean, okay, but where does it end? Do they go back? Do they go to England? Does she stay and become feral like him?
I wrote down that question too. I was like, so they live in the jungle now, or what?
What are we doing? Yeah, they just ended on a kiss.
Sam Neill's still racist AF. He's not letting this
Sam
happen.
Neill still says that vagrant is still around my daughter. Like, I mean,
no. Yeah.
Sam Neill has him shot immediately.
Yeah.
Kill him.
Like, kill him.
Also, we didn't mention this, but Baloo is okay. Baloo has lived.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God. Yeah. Thank God John Cleese is a doctor of jungle art, surgery, and bear medicine.
First off, we miss a good portion of this movie where apparently John Cleese and Mowgli were at odds because he was like, Mowgli, you saved me. It's like, were you guys not on good terms?
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
It's an odd reaction to...
Wouldn't you have just helped Mowgli anyway? Like, yeah.
Yeah, like...
I was thinking about that.
I thought they were, like, on good terms.
Yeah.
He's like, since I saved your life, it should have been, like, an owing thing. Now I need you to save... Like, it would have been, like, a huge payoff if they hate each other. And all of a sudden, like, now I need you to save another.
Sure,
And it's
yeah.
Baloo. It's like, oh, damn, he got him. Like, it's payback time. Now they're on good terms at the end at the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, in fact, there was a lot of part of this movie that was cut.
You saved my life, Mowgli. Yes, Doctor. Now I need you to save the life of another.
Maybe there's a scene cut where John Cleese says, he and Kitty are talking, he says, oh yeah, sure, he's showing like human-like characteristics, but he's still just a savage living in the jungle kind of thing. But that never happens. It's just, Sam Neill should have said that, not John Cleese.
Well, and yeah, Kitty likes Mowgli from the beginning. John Cleese should be the one to like move towards that direction, right? Like he starts super racist, like, oh, you can't educate this savage, and then like becomes friends with him, culminating in him performing surgery on a wild animal. You know what I mean? Like he is now fully of...
We could have been in a writer's room back in the day.
Well, couldn't have made it worse.
Because John Cleese wants to study him, right? Just from a scientific perspective, for like, you know, to get his name in a book or something. Maybe he's more cold and not as silly and kind to him. So then maybe this is that turning point. But no, because you're gonna have John Cleese, you're gonna have like a Monty Python like alum. You're gonna have him just be silly goose guy.
So that is how it came to pass that Mowgli, keeper of the jungle law, protector of creatures great and small, became Lord of the Jungle. So listen well and hear the call, and long life to those that keep the jungle law.
Well, guys, that is the 1994 Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book. I do want to get us into the final thoughts territory. And to kick that conversation off, when I invited you, Ronnie, on this podcast, I sent you... Normally I send the name and year of a movie to tell someone what movie it is, but I sent you the poster, which was actually the poster on the VHS cover and presumably the DVD cover if there was one. What did you think of the poster, Ronnie? It's pretty insane, right?
I never heard of this movie, and then when you sent that, I thought you were like pranking me. Like I said, "Oh, is this AI or is this an actual like poster?" Because I've never seen or heard of this movie, and I know we said earlier some of the compositing is bad, but oh my god, like that poster, looks like I did it. Like it looks like they paid me to put in Jason Scott Lee with the animals, and like, oh man, this looks like a fake movie.
It's weird, like the Photoshop that they used to do on like old movie posters back in the day. And this is not, by the way, the same poster that's on IMDb. It's the VHS cover poster, but it is 100% a photoshopped head on a body, right? It looks so awkward. And I think the Three Ninjas series is probably the worst offender of that. In Three Ninjas Knuckle Up, for example, which is the third movie, the kids that are photoshopped on the cover, on the poster of that movie, are not the kids that are in the fucking movie. It's not even the same kids. Like, that's how little of a fuck they gave. But yeah, Photoshop 90s posters are always hilarious to me. Pappy, did you have any final thoughts on The Jungle Book?
Only that this was the movie that featured the most animals since 30 years prior with Dr. Dolittle, the 60s Dr. Dolittle. That's crazy. Like, it is. I know, like, we've talked about it and shit on how they don't talk and everything, but that is quite the undertaking to have kids and animals and fire and water and the most deadly substance of all, quicksand, all to deal with as a director. Like, that's...
Where was John Landis when you need him?
Yeah, right. Oh, God. They would have had a way higher mortality rate.
Yeah, makes you think of that movie. I think you guys talked about this on a podcast once. Roar? Is that the 80s movie where, like, everyone on set was just attacked by lions all day, every day?
Wait, what?
Yeah, Hippie Ted Burn. They had like a lion sanctuary to bring in like injured lions. They had like 100 fucking lions on their huge estate, and they made a movie to try to like be like, oh, look how amazing these lions are, and like you should save them.
The clips are hilarious.
Yeah, and people are being mauled, like actually mauled on set because they're lions.
Stevie, any final thoughts?
This isn't to like downplay Jason Scott Lee at all, because he's like a voice actor in one of my favorite movies of all time, which is Lilo and Stitch. But
who's he? The Dave?
He's David.
Yeah,
in the animated version of Lilo and Stitch. My whole thing is this: I feel like Robin Shou would have done a better job as Mowgli. I'm not saying it just because I love the movies he's in, but like, I feel like him or maybe even Ernie Reyes Jr. could have crushed this movie more than Jason Scott Lee.
I mean, if they're casting Asian guys, you might as well, right?
Those are like the top two at this point in time. Like at those years they were making it. How they didn't go with Robin Shou or Ernie Reyes Jr., I don't know. But yeah, I just nothing against Jason Scott Lee. I just felt like maybe he was bored, didn't have a whole lot to do. But I feel like he didn't have the best performance as Mowgli. Jason
Scott Lee is of Hawaiian and Chinese descent, born in Los Angeles, California. I mean, just get a real Bollywood guy. There's some of the biggest movie stars in the world. Like, you can't find one Bollywood actor to...
Not at that point in time.
ADR? I don't know.
I don't think that's happening in 1994.
I find it beyond baffling. Like, I was like, huh. Well, he's not Indian, but...
All right. Checks the year. Yep, that works. That makes sense.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Dude,
that's awesome.
It is crazy. It's just like Americans won't know the difference between...
They won't care.
That had to have been a thought someone had at some point. Like,
or maybe like all the Indian actors that they actually tested, and they said, oh yeah, I'm not going to be walking around with live fucking animals. And then Jason Scott Lee's like, hold my beer, I got this. I don't know. I don't know.
All right, let's get into ratings. Ronnie, you're up first. On any rating scale you want, what are you going to give 1994 Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book?
Oh, God. Having never seen this movie and seeing a bunch of Jungle Book crap in the past week, I just... like, analyzing it with you guys and talking about the production and kind of appreciating all the hard work, but the payoff is this. It's 2 hours. It's like 30 minutes, a little too long. I'm gonna give this 2 out of 5 sweaty man cub loincloths. Just it's not terrible. Like, I didn't hate it. during parts of it, I kind of got bored, and all the things I liked about it were like you kept saying there, Pappy. This is not really Jungle Book, but I kind of like a lot of the adventure kind of stuff, and yeah, I'm never gonna watch it again. But it wasn't the worst thing ever.
All right, I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna give this movie 5 out of 10 sexually frustrated jungle boys. And the reason for that is because as good as this movie is at times with some of the filmmaking, it seems to lack some kind of weight. I don't feel big stakes while I watch this movie. Is it possible that's because I've seen this movie a bunch of times as a kid and I kind of know how each scene goes? Maybe, but it doesn't feel like the stakes are quite there in this movie. The emotional weight of things isn't quite there. Maybe that has to do with the chemistry between Mowgli and Kitty. I'm not quite feeling that, so I don't know if I'm fully rooting for this to play out as a happy ending between the two. Some of the action stuff I think is pretty cool, but it's so weird to watch a movie of this age with animals, because once you see a person interacting with a live bear, you can't help but be taken out of the movie to a degree and think how fucking frightening that is. And that being said, it looks a lot better than these modern live action Disney remakes where they CGI every animal, even if it's a dog. Someone just has a dog, it's just CGI inexplicably, because it's easier than getting an actual dog that's trained. But the movie, it has some good stuff in there, but it's not a great movie to watch. There's not a lot of satisfaction at the end of seeing this movie to me. So that's why it's kind of right down the middle for me. Now, Stevie, I'm going to go to you next. What's it going to be on any rating scale you want?
Ooh. I will give this 4 out of 10 beans on toast sandwiches.
The British way.
The British way, that's right. And all of that 4 goes to just the production design and, I guess you could say the lighting and everything that goes into making movies, the set designs. Everything else to me just falls a tad short.
Yeah.
Nothing super memorable, nothing super great. The animals don't talk, still pisses me off. And it feels like a script about survival or colonialism, or it had something to say, got hijacked by Michael Eisner. They said, we'll give you twice your budget if you can call it Jungle Book. And that's what happened. As much as I don't like Hook, at least it feels like a proper sequel. Is what happens after, the animated movie. Peter went on to live a life. What happens after? That's a cool thought, right? Sure. What happens when Peter becomes an adult and he has to go back? With this one, it's a little peculiar. I wish it would have been an actual sequel to what happens after Mowgli goes with, and actually goes to a village when he's 11 or 12 years old. And, they found him and he actually has a family and he grows up and he actually has to go back to this jungle now that he used to be friend to all. And he has to pick between having to protect his family that raised him or the people, or, either family that raised him, whether it's animals or his family. And that's where you can get caught in between, am I an animal or am I a man? Yeah. So that's really where this movie fails. 4 out of 10 beans on toast sandwiches.
Thank you, Stevie. I think you brought up a pretty good point there, that a good story asks and answers a question. And I don't know that this story does. And if it does, it's something very superficial, I think. But up next, Pappy.
Yeah, I'm right in the same zone as you guys. I'll probably go with the old Lance Armstrong and give it 1 out of 2 tenderberries. Just 50, 5 out of 10, 50%, 2.5 out of 5 stars. Would probably be a no in terms of spoilers. It did make me think along something that you mentioned, Ronnie, where it's I think this is somehow a more noble pursuit of the live action remake than going scene for scene and not changing anything. I think this is better conceptually than Favreau's version or Favreau's Lion King, which don't really add anything to it. Now, the script sucks. This is a really bad script that is boring and kind of confusing and at times. But as far as what you're trying to do, It's too bad this wasn't a bigger hit because it could have totally steered the ship of live action remakes in a completely different direction. It is also kind of sad because I think that like with all modern movies in the CGI that we're talking about, I've lost the sense of like wonder of production, and it's really hard to even imagine me seeing a movie and be like, wow, how did they do that? Or I'm impressed with the way they did that, like seeing a little Indian child hold the tail of a panther and risk his life in this movie. And like maybe that's for good, maybe that's for bad, but like I don't know. I feel like I have lost something, and this feels like a last explosion of a supernova of like, you know, real animals and real shit in movies, and you know, they basically unequaled since to have this many big, wild, crazy animals in a movie. But it's not a good movie, and very few of these live action remakes are. Would be a no, but 1 out of 2 Tenderberries.
All right. Yeah, it's interesting you're talking about the live action Disney remakes, which we've obviously talked about a lot throughout, but we did say that this was the first one, and according to Wikipedia, it is, right? But it seemed like Disney was on a trajectory of making more, because 2 years after this movie, 101 Dalmatians came out, right? The John Hughes written live action movie. And then after that, 4 years later, 102 Dalmatians, which, you know, I guess is kind of a live action remake, whatever. They sequelized the previous movie. But it wasn't until 2010, 10 years later, that Disney did its next one, which was Alice in Wonderland. And since then, we've been getting them every few years. So it's like they had this idea of doing them, put a pin in it, and then picked it up years later.
It's like the time period when, like, movies just like to save money and to take away, and to give jobs to animators, because that Alice in Wonderland movie is so fucking ugly. Like, it's like the ugliest production of, and it's all just CGI, all green screen. It's so fucking ugly. Everything about that is like, not ugly in a good way, because you could make it look kind of like a Return to Oz, kind of like ugly and creepy and kind of sinister, nightmarish. This is just ugly design. But yeah, and then after that made money, then they started rebooting all their princess movies, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, and then now it's just like, don't take a risk, just keep on feeding the slop to 90s kids who are now having their own kids and take their movies. No offense if you have kids and you love these movies, but stop fucking paying your money to this, because it's your fault. Stop it. Stop
Do
it.
the ethical thing and torrent the Lilo and Stitch remake. It's the right thing to do.
That's right.
Go watch Weapons. Go get nightmare shit. Take your kids to go see Weapons.
Speaking of nightmare shit, before we wrap up, Ronnie, you have a podcast called Wasted Potential. Maybe you can tell the listeners what your podcast is and where they can find you if they're interested.
That's the most appropriate segue ever. Nightmare shit. Hi, I'm Ronnie. My friends Shane, Hobo, Dan, and I do a podcast that Korey has been a frequent collaborator on. He's in our soon-to-be outcoming, when I start editing it, we're doing a courtroom movie where we just yell at each other and argue and talk about 3 courtroom movies. And Korey haphazardly and stupidly gave me his voice to license and use as I want to, so I'm going to use that appropriately. We also released a Fight Club podcast. It's pretty good, but you can find us at all podcast places. And yeah, we just talk about movies and yell at each other and argue, and we're not in any way qualified to talk about movies, but we like talking about like the culture around them and make fun of hundreds of hours of hard people's work.
Yes, or people's hard work, rather, but we get you.
Hard people's work.
Oh,
Jackie Treehorn style.
Fully aroused.
I do want to say, the Wasted Potential podcast is one of the many podcasts out there with that name. So to find Ronnie's, look for the black and white logo with red font, Wasted Potential. And there's some great episodes. The most recent at the time of this recording is Fight Club, which I think is a really good episode to listen to. I highly recommend it. And also, if you want to hear me on that show, I think my favorite that I was on was I Saw the Devil. It's a dark Korean action drama movie that me and Ronnie did together. So look for I Saw the Devil on Wasted Potential Podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Pappy, you have a podcast of your own. Why don't you tell people about it and where they can find you?
I'm on it. Stevie's on it. Korey's on it. You've heard Josh on this podcast. Ronnie was on Lamb. So listen way back in the archives for that. But yeah, it's just love talking about movies with friends, and I'm never gonna stop doing it until I breathe my last breath. Until the law of the jungle has taken me. So,
and Stevie will eat you.
Yeah, as is the law of the jungle, of course. But now is low-key the best time to subscribe to Wasted Potential, Big Dumb Movie, or Spoilers, because guess what? You can listen to the whole backlog. You don't have to wait. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of episodes. If you like a movie, there's probably some content on it between the three of us. Maybe, maybe not. But yeah, all the normals. Spotify, YouTube. Stevie, any episode you recommend to the listeners for spoilers that they should start off with?
I mean, if you want to go deep dive, and be like, when did they start to get good? I would start at Point Break.
That's a good one. Yeah.
When did they get really funny? I go to The Collector.
We talk about pranks.
Talk about pranks all the time. The Collector has great pranks. And we're gonna go deep dive. Like when we do our deep dives, I would do The Godfather or Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
Those are great ones that we did.
We ranked every Disney animated movie that's in the backlog, and on the Coco episode, we go through all of the deaths of villains in Disney movies. So lots of fun stuff. Check us out wherever you find podcasts.
I'll also throw a recommend for spoilers an episode in particular, episode 539, which is Double Team, which we recorded all in person together.
Oh yeah,
that was a good one.
For a Big Dumb Movie listener, I feel like that would be a good one for you to listen to, because since we've already done it on their show, I'm not going to do it on this podcast. So check out Double Team with Dennis Rodman and Jean-Claude Van Damme. It is insane. All right, we're going to wrap here. Thank you guys very much for listening to this podcast, and thank you to my special guests, Stevie, Ronnie, and Pappy. I appreciate you guys being here. As you, the listeners, know, my Instagram has been fucked in the ass, so you can email me if you want to contact me at bigdumbmovie@gmail.com. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, even if you don't listen to our episodes on YouTube. Bump up our subscriber count. If you want to listen to any of our episodes full and unmolested, the best places to do that is Apple Podcasts and SoundCloud. I have not had to change anything on my episodes to accommodate those two platforms, unlike YouTube, where I've had to make some adjustments, and unlike Spotify, which has straight up removed some of my episodes, including one of my favorite ones, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, released the same year, 1994, as this movie. So send me an email if you want to communicate. Maybe one day my Instagram will be magically back, but I'm not really holding out for that. So again, we thank you for listening. We love you, and good night.
Big Dumb Movie with your host Korey, breathing in nostalgia in all of its glory. Watching movies like The Terminator. I'll be back with reviews later with some guests. Steve's your savior.